love getting shitty good.
So I take good pride in getting like a good Secret Santa gift, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so like our budget was like $30, so I got like this festive coffee syrup and like sugar pack. So there's like caramel syrup, peppermint, and like, you know, that way you can zhuzh up your coffee, your tea, your hot chocolate in like a festive tasting way, like Starbucks.
Okay.
But
Understandable.
I'm really curious to see what I'm gonna get.
You're gonna get shit. That's why you never go all out
Yeah,
on the
exactly.
that is exactly
You're
why
gonna
you
get,
don't go out on it.
You're gonna get exactly a $30 Tim's card. You'll be like, all right, time for dinner, and you're gonna go.
That's at least a clean trade.
Yeah.
Like,
You get exactly $30 Tim's cards and go and pick up food.
my favorite is when it's like, okay, the limit is 30, and then someone's like, here's $10, and it's like, where's the rest of it?
I bought an iPod. It's like The Office. Michael. That's great.
Yeah, like it would be weird if somebody overspent because then it'll be like, why? And it's just like, you know
Or
why.
CEO's kid is going, so I think they might, just as an effort to flex.
Okay.
I went to a Christmas exchange where it wasn't. I didn't like. I spent maybe like $5 over because it was within the $35 range.
And we got tabs here.
Yeah. So and then someone was like, "Wow, you went all out," and I was like, "What?" Like it was basically just like, "No, this just cost like $32, and after taxes it was $35." So. Whatever. And they're like, well, who's your Secret Santa? And we'd never picked. It was just draw from a hat. So
Bring a present, get a present.
It was it was just like from Jake, and that was it. And then they were like, wow, oh my gosh. I was like,
we just
I didn't
literally
buy that for you. I just bought it.
So we are literally a minute in a podcast. We haven't even addressed who the fuck we are.
That's good.
Good morning.
That's a good idea. Morning.
Good morning,
Yanni.
ladies.
Here, I'll do the intro.
Do it
Hi,
then.
it's your schlubby white friend Jake. This is the Double Panic podcast. I'm Jake of Double Panic. The other guy is Yanni. He's the guy that does all the editing and all the hard work. I do nothing. The voice that's disembodied that you'll be able to hear is my wife sitting right there. Not there, not there. Subscribe to us on any podcast platform. Yanni, put them up on the screen. That's a horrible edit you're gonna have to do later. And yeah, welcome.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. And he was pointing to the audience, saying the audience was his wife. That's what he was saying. That's how much he loves you guys. That means
married
you guys
to the job.
He's married to y'all, to the job. So he's 100% dedicated to making content from here on out. That's his New Year's. I almost said New Year's revolution. That's his New Year's revolution.
Yeah.
He's going to
my January 6th.
And the audience said, amen.
What do you guys believe in that New Year's resolution shit? Like,
no, I
write like, goals, but I don't make any resolutions, if that makes sense.
Have you achieved any of those goals of 2022?
Yes,
several. Okay. Are they like, you don't have to say them, but are they like realistic
My goals are smart. They are specific, measurable, attainable, and time measured. Smart goals.
Smart goals.
I just was like,
thank you, corporate America.
I was at the beginning of the year. I was like, it'd be great if I can get to 100 subscribers on YouTube on the JakeBreak Show, and I got to 180. So, I'm happy.
There you go. Subscribe to the JakeBreak Show.
I always set goals for my professional life because I have 2 jobs, and for my online presence, and for all my relationships that I have. So yeah, I've met most of them. Yeah. The one that I haven't met, it's just because I legit got lazy with making Instagram content.
Yeah. What about you, Yanni? Do you have any goals?
I just don't do them because I know I'm going to fail at it miserably. So I just say fuck it in the beginning, and then like everything is all good.
You know what you do? You make a list. My goal is to have no goals. I will not lose weight. I will not. And then when you do, you're pleasantly surprised. I can't fucking talk. It's too early.
Yeah, you can't.
You're pleasantly surprised about the goals you achieved that you didn't achieve.
Exactly. That's what you do, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta keep the expectations low, not only for other people but for yourself as well. So that way you don't get super excited about life.
Speaking of low expectations,
don't have high expectations of life.
Speaking of low expectations,
Use it well, guys.
Stop ruining my segue. Speaking of low expectations, let's talk about Kanye West.
Oh, you guys got 2 hours to talk about that?
He's not doing his Kanye best.
He's not doing his Kanye best. He's probably a little Kanye stressed.
Yeah, so Kanye is
trying to do the Third Reich out in the West. Oh.
Ooh, wake up, Mr. West. But yeah, it is. Yeah, it's interesting to say the least because it's just like, hey, yo, bro, what are you
He
doing?
needs a weekend in socks.
Yeah, he's losing his mind. So let's rewind the clock. Back in when did he interrupt Taylor Swift?
Like
back
Before
9.
Harambe.
Yeah,
back
before.
in 2009, when Taylor Swift was accepting an award, Kanye West ran on stage and took the mic away.
No, we are
That
not
was
going all the way back there, Jake. This is not a Chris
I
Chan
know.
video.
I'm gonna skip. Don't worry, I'm gonna skip ahead. So, starting there, very rapidly deep decline. He now loves Hitler. By the way, content warning: Kanye West is a Nazi, apparently.
Please monetize us.
We're not monetized for this. Don't worry about it. So
Someday.
yeah, he recently went on the InfoWars with Alex Jones because that's still a thing. And he was dressed up in like a gimp mask with like gloves and wearing like a Yeezy hoodie.
He was in just a full hood with a face zip.
Yeah, and then he went on the show and Alex Jones was like, today we have Kanye West, he's over here, and here's Nick Fuentes, a known, he didn't say this, but like I wish he did, a known anti-Semite, blah blah blah. And then they're sitting there and then like start talking about like Nazis and stuff. And then Kanye's like, I like Nazis. And Alex Jones goes, Nazis are bad, okay? You don't really actually like Nazis. And then Kanye goes, well, I like Hitler. And then it's like hard cut to commercial. And like to watch Alex Jones both simultaneously wish to be able to say the thing Kanye said and then also go, we can't say this though on my show because I just got sued for like $1 billion because I lied about the whole Sandy Hook thing. And
Yeah.
he's just like, and his face is going nuts. Like it was the funniest shit.
I mean, I'm
like
telling you from the beginning that like this is all a plan, Kanye's master plan, because he has literal Nazis saying like Nazis are bad out in public. He has this the right, the alt-right and the centrists all saying like Nazis are bad. Kanye West is bad because he says this. He is literally being like he's gathering all the villains to like he's becoming the main villain. So like we all can stand together.
It's crazy. I think it's also like the alt-right were like, okay, we're gonna take this guy who's got issues and we're gonna put him on our shows and see if he furthers our agenda. And he was like bet, and he just furthered it way too hard, too fast.
No, the problem is he didn't further the agenda. He went like he does everything because like white people have like done this perfect strategical thing over the years where they systematically oppress people instead of just outwardly. Because post Martin Luther King, they're like, okay, we need to re-strategize this shit because we have this charismatic black guy that like turned the tides. Now we got to find ways to pretend like we're on black people's side, but at the same time still systematically oppress them. So that's why you'll never get them outright saying the Nazi word. But the problem is that Kanye West isn't used to the tactical approaches of how white people say I'm racist, but like not publicly say it. So he says
he's also just surrounded himself with like a crew of yes people too, right?
Yeah,
like
a bunch of yes men that just listen to whatever he says.
I highly doubt that he has a team that goes, Kanye, maybe this is not for you.
No.
Mr. West.
If he did, they're long gone. They've given up. They're letting him do whatever he wants now.
Yeah, it's kind of sad, really, because if there is mental health issues involved, then it's just like clearly like because what he's saying now contradicts like what he has said in the past or whatever. So it's weirdly where it's just like, there is a limit to where you can just say, mental health issues. But at the same time, if someone doesn't get help, it's just going to continuously get worse. Like, regardless of what you think about.
He doesn't have the resources to get that.
Yeah,
help,
it's just that.
Right? Like.
I mean, it's solely on everybody else. Like, everybody else just decide to be like a yes man. Like, you make the choice of being a yes man. It's not like Kanye West is just like. Yeah, sure, he may favor them or whatever. It may be like there's a chance he might be fired.
Yeah. It's just saying yes to whatever Kanye wants.
Yeah, here's your job offer. Okay, all right.
Do you
if it's fucking stupid, I'll be like, yo, bro, because you gonna fucking ruin my job because this motherfucker literally got his assets frozen from fucking Adidas because this motherfucker was saying racist shit. So just like at a certain point, somebody gotta say no or they're gonna fumble the fucking bag. So just like,
I think.
It's one thing if you're an intern or whatever, where you're just like, you can't really say no. But if I'm his manager, I'm saying fucking no. Because what
Like,
was
okay,
because
so-
if I stick with him through like the fumble in the bag and him saying the racist stuff, and I try to find another job somewhere else, they're going to be like, so you work with Kanye West and you just let him say the Nazis and all that shit. It's just like
you
that.
don't understand. He's crazy.
Like it's better off if he fires me for saying no than like just like sticking with him until he loses all his money. Like that's fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting thing. Like a lot of people are like they're so confused because they're like, what the fuck is wrong with him? It's like I supported him through all his music, and it's like that's why I don't support artists. I support YouTubers until they become whatever. Because non-supported YouTubers, you click on subscribe and that's it. Like you just don't give them money. That's the thing. And I can say I've never really listened to a Kanye West song. The only song I've ever listened to is when he put out that like church album, and it was
Jesus King is fucking fire.
You're my Chick-fil-A skirt. That's all I heard from him ever, and I was like, yeah, chicken sandwich. But like, it's something where like I'm just like I've never listened to any other songs from him ever, so I've never really supported. But then there are people that are who are, oh, sick, you got the crown. Punch just got a crown of Fall Guys.
I finally fucking won.
She finally got that crown. Now
Subscribe, fucking do it. Call to action.
Anyway, so back to horrible things. so with his whole shit, it's like he also doubled down on it. So like it's one of those things where okay, it's not a mental health issue because he knows what he's doing. He then made a graphic, and I don't know if you want to pop it up. I don't know if you get in trouble if you pop it up.
Probably
I'm not going to attempt it.
Don't put it up. Yeah, okay.
Motherfucker used the polymerization card from Yu-Gi-Oh and fused the fucking Star of David with a swastika, and the design's kind of fire.
It's grossly offensive, but I looked at it and I'm like, this is a really good design. And we were talking to Revan. Revan's like, yeah, because lines, that's why. I'm like, fuck, you're super right. It's because lines and they intersect. And like, I was looking at it going, there's no fucking way, dude. And he starts to spout off Christian shit. And this is what I hate. I hate when like people like
he sat there with a Bible.
Yeah, he sat there with a Bible, and like it pisses me off because I'm a Christian and I'm not a very good one, and I try to be a good one. I try to be nice to people, but it's like you go on InfoWars with a known person who lied about children being murdered and saying it was a lie. It was not, obviously. Like, you know, and then that person gets sued. You're also sitting up there with a guy who is known for being anti-Semitic in his rhetoric and like being more of a like alt-right white supremacist. And then like you start spouting all this shit off about how you love Nazis and Hitler. And then literally later you're like, but I just love everyone. Peace. And then in a misguided attempt to be like, no, we need to put the Jews and the Nazis together. Guess what? They did do that, and it was bad for everyone when it happened in World War II. Stop. Like Nazis are bad. Full stop. Right? So it's something where like, and then to be like, oh, Jesus is love and Jesus is the power. I'm like, shut up. Jesus probably wouldn't like Nazis. Do you know what happened when Jesus walked in? Jesus was Jewish. Like, you know, like when they were selling stuff in a church and turning a church into like a market, like a den of debauchery, Jesus walked in, started flipping tables, and pulled out a whip and started beating people for ruining his dad's house. It was like last call at a party, and he was like, get the fuck out of here. You know, so like there's nuance to biblical stuff, but like there's not so much nuance to say, hey, this group of people that disparage another group of people. Like, remember the Romans? I'm pretty sure Jesus wouldn't like Italians either based off of that, because the Romans fucking killed all his friends and shit.
We're also ignoring the whole Old Testament.
Yeah.
Where the reported Jewish people were just like raw dogged
like,
by everybody they encountered.
There is a historical documents that are like this group of people has just been like shit upon, and it's horrible. And it's
Jews were the first blacks. Confirmed.
But it like Buds did the uncomfortable.
Geographically, I guess at some points.
I mean, they were slaves. They were like oppressed or whatever.
They were lost.
And
they were fucking
lost. They were found.
Hey, now they're doing pretty good in society. So hey, black people, about 1,000 years, maybe.
Black people, hold on, we're almost there. Oh fuck. I like that.
I feel like I cannot continue to have this conversation with the knowledge that I have and not accidentally misspeak.
That's fair. So,
I was about to, you know, new shit. You know, like, are black people coming up in the future?
No, I actually thoroughly enjoy about learning about different religions and practices and stuff because it helps me understand my own and what I believe better.
Yeah, and it's weird because like a lot of people like when you think Christian, you're like, this person's definitely going to say one thing and then not help poor people and think Jesus loves guns in the Republican Party. And then it's like, actually, we like to have communities where we help people and do things. Like, Puds and I are Christian, but we're not holier than thou. Like, if you don't read the book,
we are holier than thou.
I'm not. You may be. I'm not.
Yeah, as Puds judges. She judges you all.
You know what? It's the gift of the Holy Spirit is the gift of discernment.
It's not discernment. It's fucking judgment.
It's
Stop
discernment.
doing that. No, it's not. You can't be like, I'm going to judge people, but call it discernment. That's bullshit.
It's discernment.
Yeah, my favorite Sega game, Discernment. That is my... fuck.
Yeah, Kanye drops that graphic, and then Elon goes, "Hey, no," and deletes it. And then
where's the free speech now, Elon? Where's the free?
Hold on. Yeah, I know. That is a good example of free speech because you got consequences for doing stupid shit. So, like, he deletes it obviously, and then they're in their DMs texting each other because celebrities all text each other apparently. And then Elon's sitting there.
How else are they going to get invites to Epstein's party?
Jeez.
Yeah, it's a private Discord that they're all part of.
It's a private Discord. Keffels runs it.
Parlor.
Anyway, so fucking like Elon's sitting there and he goes, "Hey, you can't do that. Like, stop." And then Kanye's like, "Fuck you," blah blah blah. And then he goes off. He doesn't get suspended yet for putting that thing up. He then puts a picture up of Elon looking very like flabby and pasty on like a yacht. And it's like, hey, whatever, some paparazzi got a picture of Elon just like trying to be Elon and relax somewhere. And he goes, "Yeah, well, this is my last tweet then." Blah. And it's just like, okay, like you posted a picture of a 50-year-old man who's kind of flabby because he's 50. Like, all right. And then Elon suspends him for 12 hours. So Kanye West is he's not even banned for being super racist. He's just suspended because he made fun of Elon. What the fuck?
No, but if it was free speech, he wouldn't be any of that, bro. Let's talk about your dumb alien body, bro. That's free speech. Let's talk about Nazis. That's free speech too, huh? Y'all fucking idiots. Y'all's like, oh, Elon's going to be different. And he's going to change shit.
No,
it's like,
no, he isn't. He's straight up like, he will ban you for saying, okay, so one person who is like,
he's a CEO that is very transparent about how he sees his employees, and when you're on a social media platform that is free, like Twitter, like YouTube, or whatever social media platform you may be consuming this podcast on, unfortunately, you are a part of the product.
Yes.
So if he sees his workers with such little regard,
he does not care about anything. He unbanned Trump because he knows he needs people to come back to Twitter, and Trump is the person that will get.
All I know is 2023 about to be
Daenerys
lit.
Targaryen, prove me wrong.
2023 gonna be litty titty.
Yeah, because that's like when he's going to be pushing hard because he's running in 2024, and it's just going to be Trump's.
And he's in charge of Twitter and news distribution.
Of course he is.
This can go well.
He did a thing just last night where he was like, okay, we're gonna have Twitter files, and it's like, congratulations, Twitter sends emails. Like, he basically doxed Jack Dorsey's personal email. Like through the Twitter files thing. It's really funny. It's dumb. Whenever Elon does something for Twitter, you get like 1 million bots going, "Elon's so smart," blah, blah, blah. Like literally, every single time. It's like, guys, he's a billionaire. You shouldn't like respect billionaires. You know how
Elon is my daddy and he is God. You will take back
like
those
16
words.
Kids though.
He probably is your daddy.
Kids.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I know mine.
He's so fucking like, and he sits there. And
is that what Puds found out in her research? Elon is her dad,
bro. If Elon
was
dad, we would
I
not
wouldn't
be on this podcast.
We wouldn't be doing CTAs.
I would be like, we wouldn't know who you are, like, because he would be like, you're not allowed to talk to the pores.
I'd be drinking baby blood. Fuck you.
Yeah, we'd be drinking baby blood. We'd be Epstein Island, praising Satan or whatever.
No.
How's that?
We're not just gonna make a statement that the only thing separating us between that is
money.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
it's absolutely.
Once Double Panic become billionaires, we're just going to be injecting baby blood into our bodies and literally trying to raise Satan. Like none of that fucking praising shit.
No.
It's gonna be like it's gonna be.
Don't
like,
choose the side that you know is already gonna lose.
See, I'm a Christian, but I can joke about this.
No, but I think would not be to worship him because I think I can beat his ass. Let's summon Satan, so Yanni can have a fair one with Satan.
You can have a fair one and be like, hey,
and stream it like a Jake Paul fight. Jake Paul versus
Treated
Satan.
like a Jake Paul fight. Yeah, Jake Paul claps Satan's cheeks
Yeah.
and sends him back to other realm with Liu Kang. That'd be hilarious. No, but like
Mm.
fucking, it's a joke.
Mm.
I know. Don't worry, we're going to church tomorrow. It's gonna be fine. We can pray about it.
Ask for forgiveness
Communion.
about.
That's right. God, I'm sorry I made some fucking fire
Communion
jokes
was
in the
last week.
podcast that maybe 5 people will watch.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, but like it's just he just went nuts. Twitter as a whole is like stupid now too because of Elon. Like,
Mm-hmm.
fuck the timeline on that. Twitter gets Elon. Twitter immediately bans a whole bunch of people.
Yes,
like,
sir.
I mean, he fires a bunch of people. Okay, cool, fine, whatever.
Unbans a bunch of other people.
Unbans a bunch of other people. Realizes the verification process is weird. Let's put a thing where you can pay for it, which we can't because we're on Androids, which fucking sucks. Because we would have made some fire jokes, which would have been awesome. Then realizes, the verification process is in place for a reason. Removes the $8 verification. Then his timeline is unban Trump, unban known white supremacists.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, algorithm is fucked up, so I'm getting all of these right. Like, I don't care if I get right wing people, but like I just mute them or I'll like I don't want to see this, and you can do that on Twitter. So like people that are crying like, oh, Twitter's right wing, it's like you can literally go into the dots and go, I don't want to see it, and it goes away. And then it goes, hey,
Or you can just
don't
like
show them that anymore. Or you can talk
there's
to them.
this function that's called deleting or the X button that you can just click and it'll just close the app entirely and you'd be
Close the window.
do something else with your life.
Go
touch grass. Hell, touch yourself. Fucking just literally do anything other than be on Twitter. Like, God, like I don't know how
Consume
people
safe, responsible adult entertainment if that's what you
It's,
need.
Yeah.
I go on it to see what kind of topics I can make for YouTube videos, and I go, maybe this will be funny. But
The
like,
hub?
it's, huh?
yeah, he goes on Pornhub to like look like, oh,
What safe content can I create today?
What safe content can I go on to Pornhub today?
yeah.
It's something
Oh
where,
yes, stuck porn. That is very kind of rapey.
You got it is kind of rapey, but you
We
guys
were just
like,
joking about drinking baby blood. You're fine.
yeah, absolutely. But like, it's like one of those things where like you guys are like, hey Jake, you're going down the hole again. I'm like, you're right. And I gotta stop. Like, I'll be watching like, what is it? There's like 69 parts to the Chris Chan
Mhm.
comprehensive history. Nice, yeah. And I just watched the 69th part. We're getting to the point in real time where we're all.
Is that the
where Chris is in
climax?
prison. No, where Chris is in prison. And
Okay.
does the horrible things to their mother. So it's like I'm excited to see when the guy's name is Geno Samuel 2.1 on YouTube. I've watched every single fucking video. They are absurdly detailed. There is censorship, obviously, when it gets to the part of like, and then Chris, like the guy will be like, and then Chris showed this picture of his penis, and then it's a big blurred photo, and I'm like, that's great. I didn't want to know that.
The way he goes into detail about all that shit and how it's well documented, I can see that YouTuber like end up on the news one day for killing somebody.
Oh. No,
because like whenever you get YouTubers that like that like are deeply obsessed in a topic that is just like very niche, like I wouldn't be surprised. Like, oh, this young man found killed his wife and 2 kids or whatever the fuck.
Are you saying Sunny V2 is gonna just go postal one day?
No, because his shit is just like very surface level, like kind of like in mainstream topics or whatever.
Right.
But I'm not deep diving into like a internet meme of a dude for 69 parts. Like the same dude for 69 parts. Jake.
It is incredibly well researched and meticulous. It's so meticulous.
It's too meticulous.
There are arcs. You know how Dragon Ball Z has arcs? Chris Chan has arcs. So there's the Love Quest arc. There's the banned from community college arc. There's the comic arc. There's the autism arc. There's the seeking girlfriend arc. There's the Blue Spike arc, which Blue Spike is like a user that forced Chris through coercion to break apart their medallion and shove it up their ass. There's an arc where they had Clyde Cat. Like, there's all these weird villains where these trolls would go and bother. Like, it's 2 parts. It's equal parts. Chris is someone who should not have access to the internet or learn to not respond to people. And the second part is people just keep poking.
I mean, I think if you're that deep on the spectrum, you shouldn't without proper supervision, you shouldn't be on the internet like that. Because like I
They
can see
didn't have
anybody
it.
that has autism could be like really fucked up by just being able to raw dog the internet. And raw dog the internet, mind you, back in like the early 2000s, bro. The internet,
It was
you
lawless.
guys talk about like how like the alt-right is ruining Twitter, bro. The internet back in the day was like literally elite. There was illegal shit
Unhinged.
going on the internet back then. Nobody knew what was going on. There was no moderation.
You mother.
Yeah, there was like
Yeah.
Exactly, you motherfucker.
if you had the tism and you were on the internet, you were relentlessly bullied or made fun of, or you
Or
learned to just
gaslight.
shut it off and step away.
Or very easily found sexual predators.
Yeah, or very easily. Yeah, it's like it was gross. Like it's something where like we being like in our late 20s, early 30s kind of thing. We know
Early 20s.
Okay, fine, early 20s, wife.
So why are you lying to us, Puds? Okay, it's fine.
No, shut up. She's not lying. She's telling the truth.
Yeah, she's a Gen Z.
Yeah, she's Gen Z. Which, you know what? She knows a lot about Gen Z memes, so sure, she's Gen Z. Why not? But like, it's just internet back in the day was you could literally go on there and like capital N everywhere the word shows up. Like 4chan back in the day was like fucking stupid. They had the point where like, because it's an image sharing board. So there was like stuff on B where like they would have in certain image files like hidden child pornography in certain files. It was like
I thought you were about to say ASCII art of like child pornography, like where's just the symbols.
Not ASCII, no. They would upload an image like a JPEG or a PNG, and then they would interlace inside of it CP.
Yeah, so you just gonna make me a pedophile on accident? You just accidentally just click on something.
What they would do. Because what they would do is they'd be like mods or asleep post sinks, and there'd be pictures of sinks, but interlaced into it was CP, and it was horrible. It was disgusting. So like that was a huge lawless fucking time on the internet. Now they don't do it as much, and like mostly 4chan is just like the same four people shitting at each other in different threads, and it's just like it's dumb because it's like people on Twitter were thinking when Elon took over, oh yeah, it's gonna be like the politics board on 4chan all over, and it's like,
do you want that? Like that was just chaotic and like just not good and unorganized.
It's so dumb because you're just gonna have people like hurling racial slurs at each other, and it's weird. And the funniest part is like I found a tweet somewhere. Someone's like, yeah, so I was on the politics board on 4chan, and it's like they're very tolerant, but only if you're racist.
Yeah.
I was just like, what? Like, I was like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. But it was so funny. I was like, that's so dumb. You're allowed to be there, but you have to be racist. Well, do I have to be racist? We had someone just gotta be racist, and you're allowed. I was like, that's so fucking stupid.
Okay, well, that's the woke racist.
Woke racist. Yeah.
But what else? What else happened in the world since we've been gone since our hiatus?
A couple of things. The news story right now is Liver King, that guy's that's super jacked that says he's got super jacked from eating testicles and liver.
Yeah,
and he lied.
Who would have thought this man that looked like a fucking like he's about to explode every second?
He looks like a Goku, and he lied. Like
making me eat raw meat.
Very, very thin.
Yeah.
I mean, probably a mixture of eating all that meat too, and fucking juicing, bro. This dude is a fucking walking.
He's on HGH.
Yeah. This dude's gonna fucking explode.
And like, no one's really like. So here's the thing with steroids: if someone's on steroids and they're like, "Hey, I use HGH,"
as long as you admit it, nobody gives a shit. Because he's not a sportsman.
Stuff based on the fact that he claimed that his look was attainable through natural means.
Yeah, natty. I'm a full natty, and it's like, dude. Like
I can look at him and be like, no, nigga.
Okay. Well, that was the meme when he got caught. Everyone's like, no, like Papa Meat was just like, no, not Liver King, and I was like, impossible, like because it's like obviously he's fucking using something. Like he's getting shots in the butt 3 times a week, man. Like he's spending $12,000 on HGH supplements, and it's just like, no shit, you're gonna look like the fucking steroid bull if you did like HGH supplements. And there's like, I don't. If you use gear, I have no problem. If you want to like, hey, I want to get a certain look at the gym, I want to use gear because it's a bit of a shortcut to get to that point, and then you maintain and just take your whatever you got to take. I get it, but it's like it's expensive. It takes too much time, and it's just like, like fuck. Just work out. Try to go for a walk. Drink water. Try to eat healthy. If you really want to drop weight, my advice to you is lean and green, boiled chicken and broccoli.
Ew.
You hate your life. Hate your life. That's what it is. You hate your life. You drop maybe 20 pounds, Like and then you get like puds. Like when you did martial arts for a while, what was your diet consist of?
Boiled chicken, plain rice. Basically California mix, so like carrot, cauliflower, broccoli, steamed. With just salt and pepper, no butter on anything.
And this was your prime shape when you were working out 6 days a week.
Baby carrots and cucumbers for snacks.
Yeah, this was your prime shape working 6 days a week. What did you
Working out 6 days a week for at least 5 hours every day.
Yeah. You look very much the same since
there was only a 40-pound difference, and I don't give a fuck because my tits got bigger.
Yeah, you're like happy. Like when she got the office job with me way back when, it was near a pizza place like 3 blocks away. So we would go on our lunches because we had like our lunches. We'd go get your diet switched from like horrible, I'm sad with myself to give me a slice of pepperoni pizza, a creamy garlic dip, and a blue Powerade. And that was when you were happiest. You were like, I just need my slice of pizza, my creamy garlic dip, and my blue Powerade.
That's all I needed to get through the day, man.
That was it, man. And you were happy. You're like, and then when like we started dating and stuff, you're like, wait, I don't have to give a shit about these fucking boiled chicken. I'm like, no, we can eat like pasta and fucking like we can have delicious food. And it was great.
No, that's just because I had pressure from my boss always. She would fucking...
What?
It was weird. Yeah, I used to have to do weekly weigh-ins, and then she would bitch that my abs aren't coming in enough. And it's like, I don't come from genetics that are like, hey, we're muscular and lean. We're like, hey, we're going to get through the winter, okay?
Yeah. Our genetics are like Eastern European people who are like, oh, you're being chased by the English? Better make sure you're fat so you can run from them. Like, that's where our genetics come from. You know what I mean? So it's like...
You know those Renaissance paintings with those semi-chunky, very pale chick? That's me.
That is your life. But it's like the beautiful, the clamshell woman.
You mean the Birth of Venus? Fuck, get educated.
Yeah. Well, thanks. Get eliminated in fucking Fall Guys.
Fuck you.
Meanwhile, like you wouldn't see look at like this sounds like a brag, but by looking at me, I have good genetics. I have a very fast metabolism. I just don't work out or do anything, and it's just like I've consistently like stayed 300 pounds for like the past like decade because I just don't work out. Like if I work out, literally, there was a week where because I had COVID. And I was sick and I couldn't like keep anything down and I didn't eat. I lost 2 pounds and I did nothing. And it was just like wow, Yanni, you have a fast metabolism. If we get you in the gym, you could be lean. And it's just like, no, I'd rather just like...
You're like, I would rather sit and play my video games.
I'd rather eat 5 meals a day and just like be me.
You can like if you
just get a lovely partner and practice cardio.
Yeah, if you get a partner, which you know, you get a girlfriend, which you have, just do cardio that way.
No, I'd rather,
you know, it's a difference.
I'd rather be just because like I would like the my saving grace is that I will never be like 600 pounds because like because the way like my body works, where it's just like I will consistently just be fat if I just continue to eat and just not work out. But like
if you end up on TLC. If you end up on TLC, this only goes one of 2 ways. 1, we explode and become multimillionaires. 2, I put a gun to your head.
Like, and people think I'm fucking lying. Like, literally, I eat nothing but DoorDash in the past year, and I don't work out.
Stuff that's like you eat stuff that's like fucking like smaller though. You'll eat like more, whatever. Like
Jake, you should see Jake. You don't see what I. Like I'm like I don't know what the fuck is. No, my body is saving. Like my body is doing weird things. Where it's just like no, like we're not going to make you this weight. You're going to stay fat, but we're not. You're going to have action. You're going to have consequences to your actions by being fat. But you're not going to be like I can't see my dick fat. You're going to be like just. And it's just like, thank you, God. Thank you, strong slave genetics, as I like to call it, because back in the day, white people used to breed black people like fucking stallions.
Oh,
and thanks to that...
You can talk about it.
I know.
It's a horrible thing in the history we should know about, children.
And honestly, kind of a blessing now. You made peak black... In America, black people are at their peak because white people decide to do that dumb shit. So it's just like,
all you need to do is look at like Team USA or whatever when like the Olympics roll around.
Just watch basketball.
Yeah.
It's rarely a colonizer making up the majority of the group.
How many white dudes are in basketball? Not that many. Like...
Great genetics.
Who you gonna come at me with like basketball? Larry Bird, get out of here! Like the one white guy that was halfway decent at basketball.
What's his
years ago? You don't know
Nash? Is he?
No. Nope.
Steve Nash. That was like a early odds, I guess.
Okay,
No.
I don't pay attention to basketball. Okay,
Listen,
so
all the roided up dudes in HGH go into wrestling, and all the actual natural Yannis go into basketball. That's what happens. Like it's a
or
clear
football.
or football. Guys in football are like fucking monsters. They're just scary. They come out of like the prison fitness program where they're just they're like just ginormous, and then they put pads on and they look like mountains.
Yeah,
It's great. Fuck, I played football in like high school for a bit. It was fucking stupid. They're like, "Hey, go on defensive line." I'm like, "What do I do?" They're like, "No one's allowed to pass you." And I was like, "Okay."
and no one did.
No, tons of people.
that's my type.
Horrible football. People, they were bigger guys than me. That just, and I was gone.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah. So
gaming?
Liver
What's
King.
happened in gaming?
Games suck now. Apparently, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet sucks ass. Callisto Project sucks ass. It's just very boring. It's boring, and the combat is not great. It's not Dead Space, which is what I like. It is okay. So, like, because I know people are going to be like, "Oh, you just fucking suck at the game" or whatever the fuck. So,
Hunter said it was like a beat 'em up. Is it like a beat 'em up?
yeah, and that is not the best to do in a survival horror, especially when you design enemies that don't necessarily have a fighting game like move pattern. Their move pattern is chaotic, like how zombies act in like Resident Evil or whatever, and when you have to time perfect dodges to enemies that are just literally noodle arming about, and it's just like, oh, you have to do like literally you have to do like motions in order to dodge. Like if an enemy is swinging this way, you have to do the right stick or the left stick to dodge the other way. It's like you're playing Sifu.
Is it like God Hand?
It's like God Hand, but like
horror God Hand. I might like it then.
But the problem is like they do like your classic like survival horror shit where like sometimes there's an enemy out of the corner and they just pop up out of nowhere or whatever, and it feels unfair at certain times. Like you guys can check out my stream if you want to. Edited versions coming out today, but like yeah, it's just like promotion, self promotion, but like yeah, it's just the movement is very unfair. It feels like some of the times where I die, it is very unfair. The checkpoints aren't good. If you're playing on the PlayStation or even the PC, the load times are weird or slow. Like my friend who's playing on the PC says, like sometimes just like I crash for no reason. The game crashes for no reason.
So like, do you think they rushed this because they know the Dead Space remake's coming out next month?
Probably, but like I feel like regardless of if they release the final product, I feel like it feels boring. Like the main character has like as what I'm playing right now, the man is just boring white guy.
So the Space Marine, boring guy, shaved head, Space Marine, yeah.
And like within the first 3 hours that I played, there's like, and mind you, it's a 7-hour game. There is very little like background lore when it comes to like what's going on or whatever. The documents and stuff that I'm getting is not like providing any detail as of right now. The story as of right now just escaped the prison, and I got locked in a prison somehow. I don't know how, just escape. And like people are zombies, and like I'm assuming they're going to all backload that towards like the middle and the later half of the game, like what's going on, what caused this. But like I like how Dead Space had like this sort of like lore that was building through like the codex that you, or the little thing information that you're getting, just like information. But like
it was also drip fed to you as you explored and did shit.
Yeah,
Dead Space was very much like when you dealt with the splicers or whatever the fuck they're called. It's just splicer to me because it's all the same from System Shock. But like Clark would find like a notepad or something, or he'd be like, "Oh, what's this?" And then it would be like, "Hey, today we did testing on this, this, and this. This is what happened. We found the genome," and we're like, "Oh fuck, was it a science experiment?" And you're trying to figure out like you're piecing it together as you go. What you're describing sounds like it's just like, go. This is a spiritual successor to Dead Space, but it's in no way good like it.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, basically.
Dead Space was really good when it first came out.
It's like Dead Space at home. We got Dead Space at home. You want Dead Space,
Great
kids? We got
value
Dead Space at home. Just wait for the remake. Don't pay $60 for this game because right now it's not doing anything interesting or whatever. Even if you like the gameplay or combat, it's just not like anything interesting enough where I would say like you need to pay $60 for this or whatever. Yeah.
Same thing happened with like Saints Row was bad. We both played that. It was really shitty. Fuck, because that was an L we took. The L that I missed because I was excited for was Gotham Knights, but then they're like, there's no 60 frames. And I was like, yo, fuck you. This is a next gen game. Give me that 60 frames. There's no reason. And every single game dev ever is like, it's really hard to do. It's really hard to do. Elden Ring can do 60 frames on my PS5. And it's a very big game. Like, there's a lot of exploring.
What's the frame rate on Fall Guys?
The frame rate on Fall Guys is 60 frames. Fucking, Red Dead 2, PS4 on PlayStation 5, 60 frames. Any game that I have on my PS5 that I have to load up.
No, but it's hard, Jake. Shut up. It's hard. It's hard.
No, it's hard.
We're gonna have to put in effort for this thing that we want to make millions on.
It's stupid. And then like the thing with Gotham Knights is like, so they had apparently seamless co-op where people don't even play the co-op enough to tell me if it's good. Because I was like, well, maybe if the co-op's good, Yanni and I can pick it up when it's on fucking sale and play through it. Apparently the co-op doesn't work as intended. Like it's there, but it's not there. You have to grind out what's called a nightfall for your character. So you have 4 characters. You have Red Hood, you got Robin, Nightwing, and Batgirl. And they have the ability to grapple the roofs and jump and take the bat cycle. You don't get any special traversal tool until you grind out what's called a nightfall or a knighthood, in which you get their special moves. So Nightwing has a glider, Batgirl has the cape glide, Red Hood has like the weird, like double
magic shit,
magic shoes, and then like Robin has his like has like some sort of a glider / like a zip line.
No, he teleports, does he?
He does something. I don't know. He does like a weird thing. So most of the time when you play games like this, you would think once you complete that knighthood for the character, everyone gets it unlocked.
You would think.
You have to do it for every fucking character, and it's a very extensive, long-ass grinding thing of just like, beat up more dudes, okay, next, beat up more dudes, okay, next, beat up more dudes, okay, next. When we played Avengers that one time back in the day on Xbox Game Pass, and we joked around with it, it was a very broken-ass game, but that was something that at least, okay, we can make funny shit and have like a dumb time with this. With this, it's like, it feels like they wanted to do the same thing as Avengers, but then they realized Avengers sucked ass, so they stopped doing the live service aspect of it, but they kept the dumb grinding for like equipment and gear. It's like, in the other previous Arkham entries, there was no grinding for equipment and gear. You had an experience bar, and when it filled up, here, Batman has a new gadget. When your experience bar filled up, here, now you can take more bullet shots. Now your Batmobile has a grappling hook or some shit. This is just like, no, fuck it, like numbers, gear score and numbers. And it's like, when I'm playing a Batman game and I'm playing as the Batman,
I want to see gear score numbers. That's what I want to see. I want to see fucking
Isn't the whole
loot.
appeal of Batman, correct me if I'm wrong, isn't the whole appeal of Batman not to go, haha, gear score numbers equals gear, but because, haha, Batman money, fuck you.
Yeah, but it's like Batman has like a superior technique, as well as like all the Bat family has superior technique and fucking like training. So gear score numbers is dumb. Like, yes, they do things where they build and cobble together weaponry and like less than lethal takedowns, but it's something where it doesn't make sense.
You're you're
overcomplicating it. How?
You're overcomplicating it. Just make the Arkham games just with that Bat family. Like, what was like? It's the same company. You guys have the code.
Oh no,
like,
different
it's a different company. But is it owned by Warner Brothers though?
No, it's still Warner Brothers, but it's based in Montreal instead. It's a different Montreal studio.
But like, they technically don't they own the code by like rights or whatever?
Not that one. No, because that's Rocksteady. This is a Montreal-based company.
What?
Rocksteady own the codes to the other ones.
It's easy to just like looking at. Do you know how? Because there's people that are literally on YouTube. If you look up, like, there's somebody that's like literally making a Arkham game right now, and they're like, it's easy to make that type of game. It's like not too difficult or whatever to figure out like what code they're using or what.
They're doing there's a Bloodborne demake where you play as like a PS1 version of Bloodborne.
So it's just like, it's easy to figure out. Just copy that and then just like make it the Bat family and then add multiplayer. Yeah.
Just recycle assets. Yeah.
And just make it like 60 frames and good graphics. Like, that's all.
Give me 60.
Just give it a nice skin.
Yeah.
Can make it in Minecraft.
Then there was the Pokemon games. You said it was more of the same, but it was glitchy. Like, did you experience any game-breaking glitches in it?
It crashed multiple times. The frame rate is god awful slow, like 15 frames per second at times. Let me see. The game just looks like shit.
I was watching a stream where the Pokemon were just like floating in the air.
Yeah, the Pokemon were just kind of like.
Part of it is like Game Freak's fault, but I want to put most of the burden on Nintendo because I recently looked on Twitter and see people running this game at 60 frames per second, crystal clear graphics, right? And like it's just like the Nintendo Switch is
not a fair
ass.
Representation of the product.
Yeah, it's just like
that's shitty.
But like all that like superficial stuff aside, like it's the cyberpunk thing all over again when motherfuckers want to just bring up glitches and shit like that. That can be fixed with patches. The core game itself is just disappointing and just not like fun. I hate the gym challenges. You can continue.
What's most insulting to players though is the fact that it's still like, oh hi, this is still like an 80 to 70 to like $100 game depending on which platform that you're playing and shit on, right?
It's the same. It's the same fucking Pokemon.
And it's just like, no, like you can't charge a premium AAA price and not get something that's like polished. And that's something that Nintendo's been known for, which is why I think a lot more people are pissed off about it.
Yeah. But it's just like there needs to be voice acting because it's like at the time, like I don't care about conversations anymore because it's like I have to read it and there's no sense of urgency between like points of dialogue or whatever, and it's just like just mash A. I'm just here to collect the mons. That's all I'm here for, and it's just like. And it ruins the experience that way, so that way I don't get a sense of what the story is because I don't care because I'm just mashing A because nobody's talking and it's just weirdly silent too. Like there's nothing interesting happening in the scene because you got these motherfucking PS2 gesturing and shit, just doing like this motion while talking, and it's just like I'm not paying. You at least make the cutscene look visually interesting if you're not going to have any voice acting or dialogue or whatever. Because like it's just like you're just asking us to mash A at that point.
You're using a basic sprite type of deal.
And I like the old school 2D Pokemon where it was like you had your little mini guy, like little teeny guy, and that was fine because it was like, okay, I don't expect voice acting from this. I expect interesting areas, new skills, and like exploration. Because like every Pokemon game was like, okay, what's the new region going to be like? What are the new monsters, right? And then after I want to say Emerald, it just kind of was like. They did Platinum and Sun and Moon and all that shit. And it was like, okay, it's the same. And then they're like 3D. And the 3D was like, this is kind of different. But then at the same time, it's like, at the core mechanics, Pokemon is the same fucking game. Just pick one.
Yeah.
Pick a Pokemon game, that's your game.
But Jake, how much were those games back in those days, Jake? Tell us.
Those games were like fucking $40, $50 at most.
Yeah, half of
that
what
was also when minimum wage was like.
No, but like it was comparable to how much games cost back. Like games back in the day cost around $50 to $60 back then.
Yeah.
And then like, but the Game Boy
with
games
each new
for
generation, they've kind of increased by like $10.
Yeah,
they were maybe $10 to $20 less. They'd be like $30 for like.
But the Pokemon games were always half that price because they made two of them, and basically they were basically just a reskin with the extra Pokemon or a different Pokemon in them. So they knew at the time, like, okay, we can make this on the cheap, make two of them, and we know they're going to buy both of them. But now. To cut their losses, they're like, these people aren't going to buy two of them, so we're just going to make one. We're going to make them slightly different, but we're going to charge it for a full game price. And it's just like you could do that, but I expect a full game in return. I expect there to be voice acting. I expect there to be like actually good cutscenes. And it's just like, sure, you can put like 100 hours into Pokemon completing the fucking dex or whatever the fuck, but it's just like if you're just a person that's just like, I want to just experience the story and just like mainline the game, like it's just a slog. It's just like, go to this place, grind, go to this place, grind, and it's just like
the games are not conducive for certain people who like a certain game type. I tried to play it as an adult for the first time and it was like, this is fucking horrible.
Pudsy's like, I love the cuties, and then she gets in, she's like, where are they? And they're like, you don't get to see them till later, and she's like, I don't want to do this. Like, I'm done. Like,
I
just want the cuties.
Pokemon Arceus was like because like I feel like Pokemon Arceus ruined us because it's just like it was a break from like the only thing missing was the cutscene. It was like the voice acting, but outside of that, like the story was good. Like the objectives were like you were literally it's Monster Hunter. It was Monster Hunter Pokemon. Like you catch Pokemon, you get items, materials to craft Pokeballs, to craft certain things, to do better things to catch Pokemon. You couldn't necessarily, it wasn't like a battle or whatever. It was just like, oh, we literally have to like whittle this Pokemon down and then capture it. Like kind of like Monster Hunter in a sense. Yeah. And I felt like if they continue going that direction, that can be great. But like Scarlet and Violet is going in the reverse direction of like, hey, let's just do the minimalist of effort and just.
Do you remember Gen 1? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Give them the legendary bicycle and then off they go.
Give them the Pokemon that you ride on, and the animation looks terrible when you ride on it. Yeah. How about that? It sucks. What
else was that? There's Pokemon. Other things in Nintendo news is they dropped the second trailer for the Mario movie.
Let's go.
Let's go. Really quickly. Okay, Chris Pratt, can you do this? Mamma mia, let's go. That's Mario. That's it. That's all you gotta do. That's the Mario voice. And he can't do that. And it's like, I don't mind Chris Pratt as an actor. He plays your schlubby everyman in a movie. And it's like, okay, if it's a Hollywood movie, you're looking for mass appeal. I get that. Do I hate his voice acting? I think it's just like lazy. Because it's like, hey, we paid for his name. And then like, but then you have like Jack Black is killing Bowser. Charlie fucking what's his name? Charlie Day? Like whatever his name is. Like he's from It's Always Sunny. Killing Luigi. Like he sounds like a Luigi. Anya Taylor-Joy, she sounds like Peach. We don't know what Seth Rogen sounds like as Donkey Kong, but he's probably he's gonna go monkeys, barrels, bananas or some shit. And I'll be
weed.
Weed, green banana. Yeah, that stupid shit. But like the universe of the movie looks like fucking Mario. It looks really good. And like my only thing is like, hey, Chris Pratt could have did better, and people are like, oh, he's fine, and I'm like, you watch the French trailer and tell me otherwise. Watch any other fucking trailer, and Mario goes hard in the other languages. And he doesn't feel like Mario with Chris Pratt.
Can we watch it in Japanese?
Yeah, we can watch it in Japanese. Absolutely. But like, it's something where it's like, fuck.
Japanese Mario goes hard.
Japanese Mario goes hard, and then. All the white dudes that are 30 plus are pissed off at this movie because Princess Peach, who is a monarch who takes care of her people, there's a scene with her in a pantsuit and she picks up a halberd and
she's
spins
getting
it around.
ready to go to battle.
She spins around the halberd like, I know how to use this weapon because she's a fucking monarch and she probably knows how to fight. And she's walking towards Bowser's castle like, I'm ready to kill his ass if I need to. And I'm like, sick, that's what rulers should do. Every single white guy that looks like me on YouTube is going,
she didn't stay in her tower.
She should da. Let me tell you something. Got men of the internet. Princess Peach has other personalities than I bake cake and stare gormlessly at wall. Like, let her do shit. Give her agency. I don't give a shit really. Like, it's like she's a character. That was super cool to me where she's like, I'm gonna pick up this halberd and fuck up Bowser. I'm like, fuck yeah, you are. That's sick. But then every other guy's like, I don't like the girl boss thing. And it's like, so you mean to tell me you want a mainline character to be there as a sex object so women know to grow up as a sex object and not have agency? That's fucking dumb.
I mean, she's still a sex object.
Not even agency. It's just,
give her agency. Like,
if you lead a country or an area, as Princess Peach do, you should be willing to die for it.
Right. She's been fighting in games for the past 20 years. She's literally been a mainstay Smash Bros.
She has her driver's license in Mario Kart.
Sephiroth.
Like, this is...
Like, Peach is a top tier Smash character. Shut up. Like, for the past 20 plus years, she's been like in a fighting game, literally. Like,
however, she is a house rule in our home to always choose as the PC whenever we play Mario Party and we need an extra, and you must bully her relentlessly.
Bully her relentlessly in Mario Party because she's really good, because she just wins mini games and I hate
it. It's the float. It's the float. She won't get off the fucking ledge. But people always no. Maybe, I don't know.
You will.
I don't know. I'll go with a friend or a girlfriend that
Yeah. Like
whatever. Like it's a whatever movie where that you can just go and like what, or I just might save it for us to react to. Who knows? Eventually the movie's gonna be watched by me somehow. But
other movies. There's other movies you want to watch that you listed in our chat. You want to
oh
talk
yeah,
about
Violent Night. I'm going to see that tonight. Apparently some people like it, some people hate it.
David Harbour is saying
yeah. Yeah, so just enough said. I haven't seen it yet. Maybe if we do the podcast next week, I'll tell you how I thought, with my thoughts on it. But you want to know what my thoughts on Cocaine Bear?
Yeah, that's a true story.
Yeah, based on true events.
A shocking amount of people don't know that it's based on a true story.
It's based on a true story.
It's based on true events. You have to specify because I can guarantee none of the shit that happens in that movie really happened. A bear took cocaine and went aggro. That's probably the only true event.
What happened? The story is a Colombian drug plane flying over like the northern forests, I think in Canada or like the northern states, drops a big parcel of cocaine, and then a bear ate a brick.
Mm-hmm.
And then the bear became the most dangerous apex predator for about, how long was that? Like about 12 hours before its heart blew up?
No, it was way shorter than that.
Yeah, it was like 36 minutes or some shit.
Story.
So they're probably going to do artistic liberty and have the bear, live longer than possible. But the bear eats a bunch of cocaine and just goes fucking crazy. And that looks like a sick movie. Like, I want to see that. That looks great.
So
it's like a horror comedy.
Oh, don't ever give bears cocaine. That is the moral of that story. And also, like, 2023 is stacked, bro. Megan 2 coming out around the same time. Like, yo, like, for bad movie or movies that, like, look bad that I kind of want to see, like, they're hitting it out the park. I'm still waiting for that fucking Winnie the Pooh horror movie. I don't know.
Horror movie? It's doing indie right now. I think we'll see it come out soon.
Fuck.
Winnie the Pooh is from Winnipeg, though. Nothing happens in Winnipeg.
But like, there's a horror movie because he's public domain now. Same with the Grinch. They're doing a Grinch horror movie because the Grinch is public domain.
Yo, I'm going to Winnipeg. We should fucking come up with a fucking video to do there.
We should come up with a video to do in Winnipeg. That'd be fun. We should go and see if we can find the Winnie the Pooh statue.
And then your video is banned in China.
That's right.
Yeah,
I'm already banned in China. I've said Xi Jinping looks like Winnie the Pooh. Like,
shit. Yeah, we get it.
Yeah, we
get it. Lovely poem. That's my Chinese. That's the amount of Chinese that I know. I kind of want to learn Chinese, you guys. Like, I want to learn Asian language. Which one would you choose?
I would choose Japanese.
Okay. Puds, which one would you choose?
Language?
Yeah. Any Asian one.
Oh, then definitely Japanese.
Like okay.
The ability to
or
watch
Korean.
Anime, or Korean would be good too.
Yeah.
The ability to watch.
I'm thinking
anime.
business.
Oh, business would be Korean. 100%. Absolutely. Yeah.
I don't know. For future sense, I think Chinese might be the way to go. But
in case we get a home front situation.
Yeah, in case. What was that one movie where? No, that was like Vietnam or what? Red Dawn or whatever.
Yeah, that's Russia.
So just to circle back, Russia. Cocaine Bear is actually stuffed and is in Lexington, Kentucky.
Really?
Hey, yo, let's make a trip to Lexington.
Cocaine Bear was briefly famous in 1985 when it was found dead after eating roughly $15 million worth of cocaine. So we're going 1985 value. So
wait,
like,
who did the value on cocaine? Money? If cocaine's illegal, there should be no value.
How much was in its stomach?
But like, if you can't sell it,
ate 76 pounds.
76
of cocaine.
76 pounds.
76 pounds.
Yeah, that sounds like a good time.
Ever. Fuck.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's dead anyway. So, like, once you consume that, you're dead. It's like a fucking move in anime where it's just like, if I do this one move, I'll have god powers, but I'll die as soon as I use this move. Fucking open the 8 inner gates type shit.
What happened is the bear ate 76
Do you want to go see it? It's stuffed.
Cool. The bear ate 76
Why you say like you were scared it might hurt us or something? Like, don't worry, it's stuffed. So it's not actual cocaine bear.
76 pounds of cocaine, and immediately the Hotline Miami 2 soundtrack starts playing. Like, just like fucking as it's destroying woodland critters.
Just bursting through doors and smacking woodland creatures like in Hotline. It's just like a above the camera view.
You know, another thing that's funny if we go back to video games. So the Game Awards thing, there is currently a fight between Sonic Frontiers and Genshin Impact as the most loved game by the players for voting. Elden Ring is third, but then there's like Sonic Frontiers and Genshin, and they're like neck and neck. And the Sonic fans are really salty, so they just keep voting for Sonic. So if Sonic Frontiers wins Game of the Year, I'll be so fucking happy.
If Genshin wins, we live in a dystopia because that's just microtransactions. The game.
Make Sonic win. I want
Sonic wins. If you haven't voted right now, like fuck the November elections, bro. This is the elections that you need to be paying attention to.
Vote for Microsoft Solitaire.
A vote for
Microsoft Solitaire.
They need your vote.
Vote for Pong.
Poggers.
If you can watch a mascot of any like fast food or any chain, whatever, do a stream, which mascot would it be?
Chuck E. Cheese, obviously.
What's the orange one?
Gritty. Gritty from
Yeah, I would want to watch an IRL stream of Gritty.
And he has to hit the Gritty.
Gritty to Gritty.
The Gritty hitting the Gritty.
Yeah. Is there a video? There has to be, because there has to be like some marketing team where it's just like, hey, the Gritty dance is popular. Yeah, you have to do the Gritty. Yeah. Gritty. Really, that's your fun. I want to see Mickey Mouse play, and I want him to play a horror game.
Mickey Mouse, that'd be so money. Subscribe to this new thing. Also wearing China's pocket. Like just like.
Oh, Lady D, Lady D. Oh, please don't grab me.
Yeah.
I was having problems doing that in the Mickey Mouse voice. Oh, she's got me. Her big mommy milkers. Her big mommy milkers.
My wife was crazy. I said she was fucking goofy. Big mommy milkers.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I want it to be the whole gang. I want it to be Donald, Goofy, Mickey, all like streaming a game.
Gosh, Heisenberg, that's a lot of metal power you got there.
Ooh. Give me back my daughter, Heisenberg. Where's my daughter at? Yo, Max.
Max. Yeah, fucking.
Or they all play Kingdom Hearts and just get confused about the lore.
Yeah, they do. It's them doing a fucking Kingdom Hearts thing, and then Goofy's like, when I was doing lines for this, I actually did know all of the... Goofy was the best character in that, because literally, you could pull up, like, some random villain, and Goofy would be like, wait a minute, you're this guy! And he just fucking
It's Sephiroth! See here, Goofy say, it's Sephiroth! It's the funniest...
Sephiroth, Sora!
Cloud Strife.
Hey there, Leon.
Hey, Leon. Hey.
David Boreanaz.
Fucking it's just weird just hearing Goofy just say these anime or these fucking Japanese game characters' names. Like I could just like sit like Noctis.
Are you a sussy buck?
Are you a sus? This is Among Us. He's an imposter, Sora. Watch out.
Chris Chan at 3 a.m.
Calling Chris Chan in prison at 3 a.m.
Oh, God.
The dimensional merge is happening, Sora.
Have you ever heard of Sonic Chew, Sora?
The Sonic Chew has powers. He zaps to the extreme.
Wake me up.
Wake me up inside.
Save me.
Oh, Goofy. Goofy's a king. I love Goofy. All he wanted to do was spend father-son time with Max before Max went off to college.
Yeah.
That's all.
He's the only character that confirmed fucks.
Yeah, Goofy fucks. He's the only one that confirmed fucks.
Yeah. You don't want to know that if Donald fucks, because that would be terrifying, because his corkscrew penis. Donald's attitude...
Learn something from me.
Donald's attitude is like, yeah, it gives corkscrew penis energy.
Toxic as fuck.
Like, yeah, it was just like, yeah, you have a corkscrew penis, bro, because you kind of on it, bro. But whoever his sister is, maybe fucked, because he has nephews or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, Huey, Stewie, and Louie.
Huey, Louie, and
Ooey, Gooey, and
Stewie.
Pooey.
Ooey, Gooey, and Chewy.
Yo, actually, the new DuckTales show is really good. I suggest if anybody hasn't watched it, watch it. Yeah, It does like the thing where it's just like, you know how most cartoon shows nowadays like have like story and plot and stuff to it because they realize kids are actually watching television or it's like kids are watching it but adults are the one who are like watching it. Yeah, and it's just like there's actually like a subplot or whatever. They find their mother at a certain point. Like it's a good show. I highly suggest if you like DuckTales, go watch it.
That's sick.
Very cool.
I like the original with
DuckTales.
Woohoo! And Launchpad McQuack, like the big dumb pelican. That's great.
DuckTales.
DuckTales is great.
The danger, watch behind you. Oh, speaking of things that sucks, Mighty Ducks fucking sucks.
Which ones?
The movies, bro. Like I rewatched them and I was just like,
I was like, if you say the cartoon, fuck you. The cartoon was fire.
Yeah,
the post-apocalyptic hockey world.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome. Like there was a retro jersey with the Mighty Ducks.
Yeah,
and I want to get that so bad. Yeah.
Oh man, I found one, but it didn't come my size. I'd wear that every fucking day.
The problem it was at Disney World, and it was like $1,000 because they overpriced their shit. Because it's just like, hey, you want this hat with fucking Goofy on it? How you like pay $50 for it? It's just like, sir, I already paid $100 again to this fucking theme park, and you want to have me pay more? It's just like,
I hate the new Anaheim logo with the dumb duck foot. That sucks. I miss their fucking cool duck goalie thing. That was sick. That was cool. It was like a skull and crossbones. It was the best fucking design.
Yeah.
And Disney's like, you need to keep paying us. And Anaheim's like, we literally cannot afford that. And they're like, fuck you then. So they had to change it.
I mean, Disney should like pay, whatever. It is what it is.
Disney could buy a fucking team.
Yeah, like buy the team. Like that'd be cool to like franchise the fucking team.
Cheap. They're not very good. Like it's my
they aren't good.
They are a bad hockey team. I love Anaheim. That's my answer. People are like, do you like the Maple Leafs? So I'm like, no, I like Anaheim. They're like, what? And I'm like, it's my favorite team. And they're like, get the fuck out of here.
I would be scared to like admit that, especially in Canada or whatever, because the motherfuckers riot whenever there's a World Cup and motherfuckers lose or whatever.
There's more Canadian players on half the American teams, for fuck's sake. Like, just get fucked. Like, like it's dumb. Like the big thing is like people will say, oh, like, I'll always give the opposite answer whenever someone's like, oh, who do you like? And like the Habs and the Leafs are playing, and I'm like, I like the Leafs. And the Habs fans just their heads fucking. And it's like, I don't like the Leafs. I don't care about them.
The Leafs never win.
They never win. They've never won.
No, but home pride. You gotta have like, you gotta have home pride.
See, in our area, we have, for Ontario, we have the Blue Jays in baseball, which are decent. Like they win.
They're not bad.
We have the Raptors for basketball, which fucking win.
They're good. They win. Yeah.
And our hockey team, which is the Toronto Maple Leafs. Fucking sucks.
The Habs are way better than they are. Like, it's dumb.
And it seems like we're okay with being good at like 2 out of 3, and we're just
That's it. Like like Raptors games are fire. You go and it's just fucking dope, man. Like
they get a certain amount of points. You get a free hot dog. It's great.
Certain amount of points, chicken wings, and hot dogs for the kids.
Free pizza.
Yeah. Great.
How old are you? 12.
How old are you? I'm 12. Give me the pizza. Yeah. And then they have the dunk competitions where like you go see DJ Khaled just totally fucking whiff.
Okay.
Like where he boom and then lands and you can't dunk for shit. Like what is it? The Raptors mascot eats the cheerleaders and then they have weird, possibly gross sex inside that costume for some reason. I don't know.
Oh yeah, because you're really
just
close.
A bump of cocaine.
It's like, hold on, let me start up in here real quick. I need to get it right. But yeah, sport. You gotta have that like hometown pride when it comes to sports. It's like a gang. It's just like
when the Raptors won, they fucking ruined the city.
When the Raptors won, it was bad. It was like they're throwing shit.
Somebody got shot. Like it was.
Got shot. It was fucking horrifying.
Which is a lot for us.
It's a lot.
Oh, for you guys. Okay, I was about to say like somebody gets niggas die every day, bro.
We go like way up north to watch like fucking like local hockey team games, like of small towns no one would ever know of.
Because in like the OHL, which is like the pre-NHL, because like they still got something to fucking work for, and they scrap hard.
There's these young like 18-year-old.
It's just UFC on ice.
They're
it's great.
scrapping all the time. So like we have like a fucking overpriced beer and slice of pizza, and we're watching these young French Canadian dudes just beat the ever living shit out of each other on the ice. It's the best. And then like the mascot comes out and he's just dancing and like Pudsy's like, yeah, we're fucking going nuts. Then there's like the halftime musical chairs on ice where people run out and they're just drunk as shit trying to do musical chairs. Bro, Canada's wild with hockey games. It's great. They're fun.
Yeah, are they fun? I would
like
never
when you
know.
go to like a big game and they have the big screen
Yeah,
and
they
it's
have
like
the
who
big
looks like
screen.
these characters and
Yeah,
they just
who
pick
looks
the
like
randoms
characters are-
out.
Yeah, yeah. Like the best is like
And I love when they give like a girl who maybe is not like an absolute 10 out of 10, they give her a fucking W
they
in
give
front
her
of
a
everybody.
W.
Here you
Yeah,
go,
it's like,
honey.
you look like Emma Watson, and it's like the most disgusting girl you've ever seen in your life on the screen.
But
And
you're
it's
like,
just
yeah, dark hair, I guess. Like
it's like she looks like me with long hair. And
I would be
"You look
like,
Emma Watson.
stop the
that made her
cap.
whole fucking week. She needed that.
Stop
Yeah.
the cap
Or,
right
like,
now.
There was that flex cam one where that one
Mhm.
dude's flexing and the girl behind him just fucking takes her hoodie off and is just ripped. And he's like, he sits down, he's just like, fuck it. You know? Oh, it was fucking hilarious.
If you, I will fucking turn into Karen and call the manager if you ever put a camera on me like that while I'm at a fucking game. Like, don't.
Hot dog. And you're like, "Oh."
No, that's where you get all the lovely like cheater videos when it goes to them and like, oh look at this kiss cam, and it's like take arms around. No.
Or it's just like a
Or like-
random person. What if a random person just sitting next to you, just like, oh, kiss cam is just like we're
Yep.
not together. We're not
Yep.
together. It just gets awkward, bro.
Mistletoe,
Stop doing
bitch,
kiss
let's
cam.
go.
Stop.
Don't be a pussy
The best
because
the
he's
best
calling
is,
the other
like-
person ugly.
Yeah, the best is like
You gotta be polite.
They did a kiss cam on this people that look like a couple, and then they literally held up signs were brother and sister,
Mhm.
and then the cam just like real far away. Like,
And they did it anyway because they
Oh.
support the cause.
there was one where it was like the one camera guy was looking at cheerleaders and they're doing whatever, and then there's the big bearded Scottish guy just going like pointing, and he's just going.
Mhm.
He's like touching his beard. I was like, that's fucking great. I love going to like. I know nothing about fucking sports, but basketball, hockey, and football are the best ones to go to. Like, there's.
Mhm.
You ever heard of the Bills Mafia, Yanni?
No.
Okay, you know how white people are crazy? Multiply that by 100 at the Bills Mafia. 'Cause the
Okay.
Bills Mafia is like they tailgate. You've been to a tailgate, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So they tailgate, and the ritual of the Bills Mafia is there's like little shitty white folding tables that you find at like your church, and they jump off of their trucks into the table like it's backyard wrestling.
That's
And there's multiple
dumb,
people.
and people
It's
can get
so dumb,
like, and you should
but they
do
do
the
it.
stadium should let them do that because they could be held liable. Like, what the fuck is going on?
It's Bills Mafia though. It's just part of Bills Mafia. It's fucking great. Buffalo
Bro.
Bills, man, their fans are fucking crazy.
And the team is
Amazing.
fucking ass. I don't know why they
We need
fucking.
that type of
That's
commitment.
just why the fans are crazy. They gotta get hyped up for maybe the win this time. Like-
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
Oh,
buddy.
shit. Bills
God.
Mafia is fucking cool. I fuck with the Bills Mafia. They're cool.
I
It's a
know.
good time.
Stop doing dumb shit in other people's property because you could have them held liable for it.
No, man, just get blackout drunk and put yourself through a table.
Yeah.
If you're of age.
If you're of age,
If you're of age.
or you
Oh,
don't
shit.
get caught. Who am I? I'm not a police officer. But just don't put in the comment section of the chat. I don't care.
Hudzy, what about Balenciaga? Do you know about the Balenciaga thing?
Oh
Very
no.
loosely. So Balenciaga uploaded this whole ad campaign. So like clearly not a mistake to their website and Instagram and shit. And in the photos, you could see certain things like drug paraphernalia, adult content, essentially, and stuff like that, all placed in a very like
Bondage
meticulous, organized way.
Okay.
And in it, there were also teddy bears that were in very strappy leather, looks like BDSM garb. And the models which they chose to feature for the clothing of these so far very adult kind of in nature,
We're kids.
you know, things we're not adults, in fact, but we're actual children.
They were children.
Yeah.
And it's just like, ooh, spicy, to the point where Balenciaga took it down.
Now, another thing.
Wait,
about
who
this
posted it? Someone from Balenciaga or?
Balenciaga.
It was bought by Balenciaga and paid for. Now, the photographer is like, hey, I was called to do this, and usually like they'll be like, hey, you're taking pictures of kids and toys. So they would do, and I've seen their work, they do very lovely kids holding a teddy bear and snuggling, or kids playing with checkers or whatever. It's very good work. And they're like, I was not allowed to make any changes to the scene. I just was there to take pictures and go.
So wait, the
So,
scene, like, okay, so what I'm getting is they set all this stuff up, right?
They set it up.
Yep.
Yes.
Why? That just like who in the marketing department was just like, yeah, bro,
I'm
this
taking
is
some
like,
screenshots.
It was brutal. There's some screenshots Puds is looking up, but like there was also there was also a thing where they had like, and someone looked, Mudahar looked into this, and Mudahar's a fucking saint. He found a picture of one of them taking a picture of their purse, and it was on like a bunch of different papers and stuff that looked like legal documents. Mudahar looked into it a little bit, zoomed in. You could see one of the legal documents was about a child prostitution or child pornography case. Like an actual legitimate one. He found it linked to a real court case. So we're like, Balenciaga, what the fuck are you doing, you fucking weirdos?
They
like,
turned it to like an edgy 4chan like user.
Like there you go. I
like,
just sent you some examples. If you just
so
Google Balenciaga teddy bear,
here are some examples of teddy bears in bondage gear. And
I'm not going to show it just in case like Twitch decides that this is weird. I'm just going to look at it.
Be like, nah. But like we can, if you guys want to see it,
you can Google it on your own time.
This just fucking looks like a fucking. Oh god, this is terrible.
Yeah. And what's funny is they initially tried to say, no, that's goth clothing, and I was like, listen, I've been around the block a couple times. I know what a big tittied goth GF looks like. That is not goth clothing. That is like sex club bondage gear. I've been to a couple of. I went to in Toronto when I turned 19. There was a thing called the Everything to Do with Sex show.
It's every year.
And it's every year. I went there when I was 19. So there might be footage of me holding a carrot next to where my dick is and my one friend doing a blowjob on it. So if you can find that, send it to me because that shit's hilarious.
It's just like, I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to offset like the cuteness of like a childhood innocence, and then with the.
But it's gross. It's really gross. It's like not.
It's just like
if the more you zoom in, the weirder it gets. Like why the dog bowl?
No, somebody somebody pitched the idea, which like is understandable when you pitched it, but the set designer was just like, "What if we go hard though? What if we go really hard?"
But again, you need to have a me on set to be like, "Hey, maybe not because Pizzagate."
Yeah. Pizzagate's the thing.
No, what happened is just like literally the person that you are was at the meeting when they pitched the idea. It's just like, you know what, that sounds interesting. Said Offset like edgy, like drug party lifestyle with like with the kid. That sounds interesting. And then like somebody the designer was just like, haha, I'm going to be a menace today. I'm going to choose violence, and literally just go too deep. Like literally, they went full on tism deep when it came to like fucking setting shit up. Like literally having court case documents of like that's too much. Like that's
what
too
intern
deep.
had to find those, print those, arrange them neatly
I
on the
did.
set,
I work at Balenciaga.
Like there's a lot of people just being like, eh.
Yeah, like that's fucked up.
And then when like the kid showed up with their parent to just be like, eh.
Yeah, that's kind of fucked up. Those kids' parents are like, we need to get famous. You're gonna pose with the
Balenciaga.
bear. Pose with the bear. This will no way will make me look like a horrible mother. Do it. And then the mom's drinking her like
who's the cutest monkey in the jungle gym? Is that all over? You like parents just don't get like, you have to hold accountability for some parents too, where it's just like, I can't believe the company, all they did was put out an ad for a child. Like it is on you to be like to be the person to be like, hey, my child shouldn't do this. But no, you did it because like you want money.
Why the child with like the alcohol glasses?
Yeah, they got beer and shit in there and alcohol and stuff. It's like, what the fuck?
Who gives a fuck? That was the idea that they wanted to go with. They put out the ad for it or whatever, and
the straps and the very clearly adult shoes scattered around the floor.
What if they found like, what if there was like someone who was like opposite Balenciaga? I don't know who that could be for a company, but like they hired this consulting firm, and a consulting firm gets paid by another company. Like, hey, we're gonna pay you double what they're paying you, so you still get paid by them. We'll pay you double. Fuck them up. Fuck up their whole career. And then that like design firm is like, and they just start fucking, like, ugh. I don't know. Leaves me like with a weird pit in my stomach.
Yeah.
This is just
like it's not like they just like changed out. There's like several different scenes, and like the more you Easter egg hunt, the more you don't like what you find.
It's not,
or at least you shouldn't.
It's not good.
The problem is like this is just borderlines on like weird or whatever, just like nonsensical. This isn't like H&M levels of like, that's racist, as opposed to like this is just like, this is weird. You shouldn't do this again. Like you tried it
and attempted normalizing CP.
Yeah. What's really weird to me is like a lot of people.
Well, I mean, if nobody zooms in, you're not going to see all that. Like,
but like, folks, like you and I are content creators, and we can kind of go, okay, this is bullshit. That's weird. And Puds is also part of the content creating group, obviously. Like, we can look at this with like my mind going, okay, this is fucked up. That's stupid. But normal people are going, this is the satanic cabal. Just try.
I will be right back. Continue the conversation.
Yeah, no worries. But it's something where like,
yeah, people definitely not in this group.
People sit there, not in this group, will be like, this is the satanic cabal. This is what they're doing. Blah 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 blah, and they go nuts. Like,
how is that not signaling or at least advocating or an attempt at normalizing it, though?
Absolutely, I understand that. But like, to go as far as going, this is the satanic cabal. It's like, maybe not, but also it's not cool. We should definitely protect the children, right? You know what I mean? What about so there's Balenciaga. What was another example of that weird shit that happened recently with it? Was there another one we saw, or
I'm still looking at
the Balenciaga stuff? I don't know, man. That's like fucked up. I think like it's on the onus of companies to like maybe look at that shit better instead of going, yeah, that looks good, and just like fucking sending it off. They should have someone to do like checks and balances for that kind of thing. I mean, like, you take photos. You would be like, no.
I'd walk.
You'd walk. You'd be like, I'm good. See ya. I don't need this money. You know? And like, it's the same with the clients you have. You're like, all right, we're going to make sure you look good, and we're going to remove anything in the background that could be weird or otherwise, right?
I even have it in my contract that when I'm doing events and stuff, that if anybody is like too intoxicated, I can leave it at any time.
You're like, I'm out. I'm not dealing with that. Sorry. Yeah, no, for sure. That's fucking crazy. That's like, I don't know. So we're at the end of the year. You and I, husband and wife. It's been this is our second year.
Oh, is this the marriage counseling segment?
It might be. I'm just talking to you. So like, we're at the end of the year. For this, we had some goals that we met, which were good. Do you want to make some new ones for next year? Like, what are some
New
of your
Year's
goals?
Day is per tradition.
Yeah, we'll do our New Year's goals. Have you been thinking of like what you want to do for some goals?
Nope.
No.
I have a very hectic December social calendar.
This is fair.
Which starts literally in a couple of hours, but
that's fair, yeah, because we got some stuff going on for that. Yep. Cool. Okay, I was thinking of doing one where remember when I gave up like pop and stuff, and like how like I don't really drink it that often anymore. It's like maybe once in a while I'll have like a Coke or something. I'm thinking I'm gonna continue on with that, but maybe extending that to any sort of like, I want to see if I can go without coffee for the first couple of months, like January, do a no coffee January, you know what I mean? And then like next year I want to do something called Sober October, where I focus completely on no alcohol, no marijuana, doing like exercise stuff every day in October kind of thing. And kind of see like where I go, like what I start the month at, and when
why not just do like a sober Shabbat?
A sober Shabbat? What's that?
Shabbat is Sunday.
Oh, it's a Sunday, so just every Sunday is just sober Shabbat. I can do that. I mean, I don't really smoke weed that much anymore. Like, throw out the edibles. What's on Puds' mind?
Nothing, not a whole lot.
No. You want to talk about how Marty's being a little asshole? No. We're on a podcast.
It's a new day. He hasn't pissed me off yet.
It's true. For people out there that own cats, you'll notice that cats like to throw up, like to eat things they shouldn't eat, or they like to jump up on counters when they shouldn't.
This is basic cat knowledge.
We have found ways to hopefully circumvent this. For instance, Marty likes to jump up on counters right now. So Pudsy has been putting out
stuff to keep him off the counter.
Like tape and aluminum foil and crinkle and stuff, right?
Yes.
Yeah. What are you really excited for?
I'm really excited to not have to go to my shitty job for a couple days over the holidays.
This is true. The shitty job over the holidays.
But we'll be spending that time, instead of working for money, I'll be working for free since it's volunteer stuff, but I digress.
Good old volunteer Christmas stuff. Welcome back, Yanni.
Hi.
Yeah.
I'm going to go grab
Please make it better.
I'm not good at talking on podcasts sometimes, it seems. We didn't say anything horrendous, though.
You guys aren't good for filling time? Well, guess what? I'm great at filling for time because now that Jake is away, Yanni can play. And oh shit, Puds is still here. Maybe I shouldn't be too weird.
I'm still here. Yeah.
Okay.
Hi.
I was about to talk. I was about to talk about my erectile dysfunction for like about 30 minutes. Well,
oh boy. Go ahead.
So the doctors, no, I'm just, I don't have a, for the record, I don't have erectile dysfunction. I was just coming up with
But if you
topics.
did, that would be okay too.
But if you did, that would be fine.
You are not lesser of a man. Hey, a fellow black person here. I love to
Jake
see it.
immediately went to, let's talk about how we keep the cat off of the counter.
Yeah, because we didn't really have much
Help.
to say. Help, come back, tell us
Yeah.
more.
You just put anti-cat shit on the counter, just like make it slightly wet. I don't know, like constantly be like, get off, get off.
This is pretty good. He's a good boy. He just sits.
Black cats are so fucking cool. I want one.
Adorable. He's a little boy. You want meow in the mic?
No.
No, I don't want to make him meow.
I thought she said no to like he's a cute boy. It's like no.
Look at him. Look at him.
Looks like he's always mad.
Because you're holding him like that.
Well, hold on. Let me hold him like this. Come here.
Okay. Yeah.
Sit up here, buddy. There you go. All right. There. Now he's in the background.
Okay. Isn't it like bad luck or something if a black cat walk in front of? What if you own it? If you own the black cat,
If you own the black cat, then you're blessed.
Yeah,
okay.
Right.
But if it's just a random one that walks past you, then you have bad luck. Okay. And then you snatch the cat and then take it for yourself.
You just take him.
Yeah.
That's the thing in Halloween that we're horrified of, because like we try to hide him in our house when Halloween shows up, because people don't like black cats.
Why?
They're just not fans of them.
It's because they're black,
they
right?
try and intentionally like run them over and shit because they're superstitious.
Yeah, they're superstitious.
It's like, what in the colonized fuck?
Yeah, fucking white people,
What
bro.
in Salem.
Pilgrim.
You know what cats are the worst? Those fucking pig face looking cats, bro.
Oh,
the Sphinx?
Those are gross.
I want one.
Oh,
no. You have to dress them up.
No, I don't want one of those. We're never gonna have one. We're gonna have the little.
You
wolf.
say that, however.
Naked mole rat ass.
We're gonna have the naked one. Those are fine. We're gonna have the.
I want a Lupin.
Yeah, the Lupin one, the werewolf cats. They look like werewolves. They're like the werewolf boys. And then I want to get like a little munchkin because they have short little legs.
A munchkin? Those aren't. Yeah. Isn't that a donut at Dunkin' Donuts?
No, they're just little munchkin cats. They're little, they got little stubby legs.
Okay.
Oh, and then we want to get another orange boy, like an orange tabby.
I don't know.
He was the best.
I don't know about the orange ones, but yeah, sure.
Orange ones are great.
My boy.
His name was Pumpkin.
His name was Pumpkin Spice?
Pumpkin,
just Pumpkin? Okay, all right. Cat talk is over with. Do we have any remaining topics?
Don't declaw your cats.
Take a look at Twitter really quick, see what else is there.
Yeah, look at Twitter before because we always miss something, and then like in Discord later, we're like, hey, yo, we could have talked about this. And then it's just like, and then Jake decides to go on a rabbit hole for 3 hours and then just come back with nothing.
Yep. There's Nick Fuentes throwing a soda at In-N-Out Burger.
Why?
I don't know, because he's Nick Fuentes. He's kind of a loser.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
The problem is...
Go ahead.
Your Twitter is like broken, so you can look up stuff like that. When I just go to Twitter, it's just like, hey, look at these cute cosplay girls.
Yeah, my Twitter has no pornography whatsoever. It just has the real-time collapse of society. And Dungeons and Dragons. Fuck, what the hell? Yeah, no, like literally I go to Twitter and the first thing is from Nicholas DeDrio. Nick Fuentes lobbing a soda at In-N-Out Burger.
Mm-hmm.
He basically just throws a soda at someone who is not white.
Okay. Is that what we're doing now? We're throwing sodas at minorities? Is this what the world that we've come down to? It's just like, I'm going to throw my Coke can at a fucking blackie because they're the same color.
No, but like it's because
it started with the Twisted Tea guy.
Because that guy was super racist and he deserved it.
That looks super satisfying to do.
Yeah, when he hit him with the Twisted Iced Tea, that was beautiful. What a like. Good,
is that bottle glass?
No, it's
it's just a solid can.
Okay.
That's it.
I'm thinking of something different. Okay,
but he hit him so hard that it exploded.
Damn.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, no, like my Twitter notification. Hold on, let me see if I can switch it because I'm doing this as a live camera.
So Black Friday deals.
Black Friday deals.
I bought nothing on Black Friday. I got stuff on Cyber Monday.
All right, what did you get on Cyber Monday?
I unfortunately can't say because
is Jake stuff and
they're holiday presents.
Okay.
And...
See, look. Do you see the GIF right there? It's Nick Fuentes throwing a bottle at a guy. Just look, and it looks like he's throwing it like a DJ Khaled lookalike. I don't know. Just here's the wind up. Here it comes. He's gonna wind up, and that's it.
Oh, he missed. Oh,
super missed. Yeah,
the athleticism.
The athleticism.
You love to see it.
You love to see
Not even good at it.
That's just pretty much what it is, man.
I got me a TV.
Can you imagine choosing of all the things you can be and do and advocate for with your time on Earth, choosing to be
anti-Semitic,
a piece of shit human being, and not even being good at it?
Yeah. You said you got a TV?
Yeah, I got a TV for $100.
Nice.
Well, we got a chair for Pudsey for it was good. It was about $250. Nice
about
chair.
$350? $350 was it?
$350.
Was it? Is it a good chair? What kind of chair is it?
It's comfy. It is like whatever brand of like gamer chair, but like, it's comfy. Yeah, it's because I have been sitting in like a $50 office chair special for 10 years,
which is what I'm sitting on right now. I took the back off, and I can kind of deal with it, so it's okay.
Oh God, the back support though, Jake, you need it.
I just sit up straight. That's it. This is me, regal.
No, you need to.
No, I always sit like this anyway at my desk, or I'll sit like this. Like I don't really lean back in my chair unless I'm taking a nap when I go.
Yeah, my chair is black and green, and I can actually sit crisscross applesauce on it a-okay without hurting myself or cutting off my circulation.
You sit weird on your chairs, so I was like, let's get a chair we can sit
have
down.
ADHD.
It was me.
I got the Tism Light, okay?
The Tism Light. It was me and Puds' dad, because he lives with us. And like I was like, hey, let's go do something. She was having a bad day at work, and I was like, we need to go get her chair. Might as well get it for her now. So we donated a bunch of stuff to a thrift store, and then we went down to a Staples, and like we found these chairs that were set up. So there was 3 chairs. There was like a low end one, a high end one, and a mid end one. So I sit in the low end one. I'm like, it's okay. I get up. I sit in the high end one, and it's like it's okay, but it's like it has all the extra stuff. I'm like, I don't know if she'll like this. Sit in the mid end one. I'm like, oh, it's perfect. And then like her dad's like, I don't know. And I was like, take a seat in this one. He goes, okay. And he sits down. And he's just like, oh. And he just kind of like gets comfy. And I'm like, yeah, buddy. So we ended up picking up that one. It's good. And then when I get
and then Jake built it for me.
Yeah, and I built it. I'm probably gonna buy one for myself once I get some more money. But yeah, it's nice.
Okay.
Because that's why I don't hop in the streams and shit more. Is because when we stream, I sit in like my office.
Yeah.
Desk chair setup, however the fuck you want to call it.
Yeah.
So sitting in a $50 chair for like what turns out to be 14 hours.
Yeah.
Straight was not doing nice things for my back and shit.
But now it's comfy for you, so maybe you will see Puds on camera in the future.
Ooh, maybe.
That's
or maybe
because
not.
I'm a lazy piece of shit though, and I don't want to go makeup.
Stop being a lazy piece of shit.
Not so much I don't want to put it on, I don't want to take off the makeup, and then I sleep in it, and then it fucks up my skin.
Yeah.
Sleep in it forever. Just have tattoo tattoo. Actually, face tat. If you want to go far with face tattoos, like figure out like a way to permanently put makeup on yourself. Like that would be dope.
Except for
face
the fact
tattoo.
that my eyeliner tells what type of mood I'm in.
Yeah, she has different moods of eyeliner.
That's
she
weird.
Has, like, little bitty wings.
No,
there's
it gets very aggressive some days, and it's just like fuck off.
She wants to change in the aggressiveness in the makeup.
You paint angry on my face. Okay, we'll do paint angry.
Well, that's why they call it the battle station or the war zone or whatever at the wrestling thing. Like when they have their stupid battle stations where they do makeup before they go out for their fucking wrestling match. Like
I'm just glad I'm not a woman. There's too much to be like just pretty or whatever. I'd rather just.
Makeup's expensive.
Yeah, it's
good
expensive.
makeup is expensive.
She showed me a cost for some of her makeup, and I was like, "Fuck, that's a lot."
Like if I was a woman, I need to be naturally beautiful. If I'm not naturally beautiful, then guess what? I'm just going to
learn how to do makeup.
No, I just learned how to just be fine with being with myself forever, and looking like a bum ass motherfucker. Like that's
just get yourself a really good bra.
Oh yeah, or have a really fat ass. Yep, that's how you do it. Fat ass, really big boobs.
Need both. Because otherwise you're eliminating 50% of your very slim already prospects.
I mean, I'm more of an I look at ass before I look at titties, if I'm being honest.
Oh, so you just stalk instead of approaching and saying hello?
No, like if somebody's walking ahead of you, you notice a fat ass. Like stop pretending like
somebody front to front.
But if you're walking behind somebody, you notice the ass though.
You just approach strangers?
No, I don't approach any. Like these women aren't approaching. I just look up and be like, "Oh, she has a fat ass," and then go about my day. But if I want to approach her, like if she's walking in front of me, I was like, "Oh, she has a fat ass. Let me try to do a Yui and see if I can see the front of her. And if it's like okay in the front, then I'll be like, then I'll approach her. But like the fat ass is what grabs you.
I'm just trying to picture like this play-by-play.
Okay, for everyone at home, because I can turn around my chair now. This is Yanni when he's walking past someone with fat ass. He goes like this. He goes, and then keeps walking. Just like a quick little peek.
No, I don't make it obvious. I have good peripheral vision, is what I'm saying. Like I just look
in the back of your head, or do you just as your side?
No, I'm talking about like if I'm walking down the street and there's a lady
move.
in front of me.
Whip out the selfie stick and be like, I'm gonna smile and take a selfie because that's who I am. You're like,
that is like you are actually a creep if you do that shit. Like if you're purposefully looking at seeking it out, then you're a creep. But I just notice it, especially nowadays because girls with the yoga pants and the tight pants, and in the summer with the short shorts, like you notice that shit.
No man, I'm a sundress guy. Sundresses are the best.
Okay.
Easy
yeah.
She wears
easy ass. Okay, easy ass. Easy ass sex.
Bro, there's something different, and I'm sure any guys out there that appreciate women, and I mean that in the nice way, not the creepy way. When they see women walking in a sundress and they're just like, and the booty catches the sundress just a little bit, it's like, you're just like, yeah.
Yeah, it leaves room for the imagination. It's just like, it's just there. It's there. You see the bounce a little bit, but like, yeah, I'm an ass guy. Like all day. Like even when like I approach women from the front, which I always approach women by the front. By the way,
it's not like we're horses.
Yeah.
You just said when I just approach women.
No, because from behind, that's creepy.
When I approach them from the front, you could just say when I approach women in a social setting. Just like being so specific ruined it, dude.
Like boobs, like when I'm looking at the front, boobs does not concern me. Like face is always face, and like what they're wearing is always like what like drags me in first. Also hair, face, and like what they're wearing. And then after that, then I'll be like, let me check out the cake situation. So I have to like, but that's only if like we hit it off or whatever, because I'm not going to try to look at a girl's ass that I have no chance of getting with. Like that's just useless fruits. If you get what I'm saying, it's just like
walk up and you go, hey, really quick.
Yeah, I like 360. No, I don't do that. Like I find ways to.
What's your jumper situation,
I find ways to get behind.
You find ways to get behind them, Yanni.
No. After you, and you hold the door open, right?
Yeah. Chivalry's not dead, but horny is. Like fucking.
I'll be like, I gotta go to the bathroom, and then I go past her. I do quick turnaround.
Yanni.
I gotta go to the bathroom. Oh my gosh, dude.
And do what, Yanni?
No, go to the bathroom. Really
no, I just sit there because I lied about going to the bathroom.
And then some other dude's just like, yeah, you.
But how embarrassing would it be if, like, 10 minutes later, you're like, shit, I actually do gotta go to the bathroom, and now it looks like you got the shits.
Yeah.
What's wrong with me? I got problems, and then you do the second look again, and then they catch you.
Just to make sure, you know.
No.
Yeah. These are perfect strats, Puds. This isn't like this is what it's like being a single male.
What?
What do you notice? Go.
What do I notice about you? Your eyes.
No, just.
Oh, about women? Usually their face, because I'm married. I don't look at women.
Jake, before you were married, bro.
Down.
Before I was married,
yeah.
I would look at their face first.
It's just like you're so worried. Like she's clearly asking you a hypothetical question.
No. I was right now when I'm married, when I talk to women, it's like just eye contact, hi, hello.
But before it was always face.
It was the same. No, it was the same. It was face.
Okay.
I their face first. I go for like cheeks, and I see where their jawbone is, and I look at their eyes. If I like their eyes, I'm in. That's it. That's all I need.
So much like LeBron, Jake is also a liar. Have you seen those memes of LeBron? Like, so
Where he talks about
uh,
respect to women.
no, it was about a book potentially that he read. It was first about a book, and then people will start bringing up other clips about like how he's put other people on to different music or whatever. He's just like, yeah, I've heard it. Like I was listening to Migos back in X amount of time, and it's just like the Migos started recording shit in this time frame. Like you did not. And then people just started making TikToks about just LeBron constantly just saying that, like, oh, I was the first one to do this or whatever. It's just like, oh, I discovered Michael Jackson.
Discovered him.
It's just like it's hilarious.
Back when I was in feudal times, I led the shogunate to unify Japan.
Basically,
not what's his name? Hideyoshi Toko, whatever his name is.
All right, you getting too specific, Mr. Historian, Mr. I went to school.
Tits or ass.
Tits or ass. Mecha, tits or ass. Tits or ass. Mecha's in the chat, by the way. Tits or ass.
Mecha's like, what the fuck are you doing?
It's always ass. It's vagina for me. It's like if she sporting the camel toe.
Whoa! No.
That thigh gap.
No.
So Yanni's going around hunting for moose knuckle.
No, because let me tell you, okay, no girl who actually has her life together is like, yeah, this is a good look.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
Mecca says, up there, it's gotta stink.
So she's the kind of girl that crushes up Tylenol and snorts it.
Yeah. It's before I was married, I just didn't pay attention to people, but I would be nice and they would be like, let's date, and I would be like, okay, then I would start being interested in them. But it depends on the day. Why are you guys being so fucking political with these answers, bro? It's just like, oh, and meanwhile my dumb ass is up here like, yeah, nice fat ass. Give me that.
I really like a woman.
Your girlfriend's like, all right,
then,
doing squats in the fucking like,
of the early Renaissance.
Oh yes.
I'm
like
just
the
being
Baroque
honest.
Period.
It's because we're nuanced.
I'm just
like
being
to play
honest.
The harpsichord with me.
That's so funny, man.
Dear child, would you like to engage in exchange of prose?
No.
You know
be honest with yourself.
So like, okay, so
COVID's
oh man,
it's been like 2 years of COVID. There's been a lot of lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
What's the dating world look like now? Is it just all like, how does that must be horrifying for people for dating right now?
It is. It's actually the worst.
That's crazy.
Because the added on pressure of like also COVID is a thing. Like you don't want to risk getting COVID is a thing because it's just like. Already, you as a dude, like an average looking dude, your chances are really low when it comes to dating online. Now you got the added with a dog. I gotta find a dog now. I gotta find a fucking dog.
Take a picture with the dog.
Yeah, take a picture with
Take a picture with the dog.
Yeah.
Find a friend with a dog.
Take a picture with the dog.
Take a picture with the fucking dog.
And then you get girls going, "Who's that little guy?" Like,
oh, that's my penis.
Yanni, you will see a 30 to 45% increase.
Okay, fine. Give me a fucking dog. Find me a dog. Where can I rent a dog at?
Yanni's gonna find some dirty old fucking dumpster dog somewhere and take a picture with it, just like as it's snarling.
No, I'm gonna Photoshop a dog like right next to me. Like, yeah.
Take a picture with the dog, or if you like to go fishing, take a picture with the fish because that also implies you have enough disposable income to also have a boat.
Can you give me non-white tips like that? Like,
take a picture with the dog.
Take a picture at a Waffle
Not a pit bull.
Again, this white options, bro. Okay, all right.
Waffle House?
Fucking.
I mean. Take a picture with
I hate taking pictures in general because this feels like like I am well traveled, but it doesn't look like that because I don't take pictures of like my locations because I'm too busy enjoying the moment.
Shut up. Take a picture where you're at. Just to be like, here I am.
I hate that though. That's like such a waste of time. I don't think about just taking a picture where I'm at.
Don't listen to me. Listen to my wife. She has
the next time
you know when they say take a picture, it'll last longer? No, it will not. It literally will not last longer because photos get ruined, data gets deleted. Like, or if you're a petty wedding photographer, you'll keep the photos if they don't let you eat at their wedding reception.
Let the photographer eat.
Yeah.
It's in my contract. You fucking feed me.
You feed her, she walks.
So what you do is the next time you hang out with somebody IRL, and this is something that I try to do in my photo shoots because I am that wedding photographer. Give your friend your phone and just be like, hey, like as we talk or whatever, like just awkwardly, like basically just ask them to take pictures of like the entire time that you're talking. And all that you're looking for is a picture of you like mid genuine laugh or smile. Pop it in black and white. You're done.
Yep.
Okay.
I got one of those.
Or get a fucking dog.
I got one of those in a black and white.
Not a cat. Cat says lonely. Get a dog.
I got one of those in black.
Even for a dude, cat says lonely.
Yeah.
Cat says low maintenance. Cat says like.
No, it has to be a dog. A dog you
Dog
have
is
to
you go outside,
willingly
you do
keep
stuff.
alive. A cat will fend for
Yeah,
itself.
cats can eat whatever. Like cats will eat plastic and then be fine apparently. But
Our cat is a
our
fucking
cat is a
dumpster.
garbage can. Oh fuck. No, but like I have a picture like that. That was like a picture I used for a lot of shit.
Yeah, you were having a coffee, and I just took my phone out and impromptu
Well-
told you that you were handsome, and you smiled, and I took it and
then
fucking slapped
there
a
was
filter
also
on
one
it.
where it was my bachelor party, and your dad was taking pictures of us all just shooting the shit, talking about stuff before we set up for D&D. And I got that one where I'm like this and I'm laughing, and it's like it shows my tattoos and like it's shaped really well and it's black and white. I'm like, oh, sick. So I use that for just like a general picture, just a profile picture for like Facebook.
It's his book sleeve portrait.
So it's my book sleeve portrait. Whenever I become a great novelist, it's just like.
I'm looking if I can rent a dog. Rent a dog.
Volunteer at a shelter.
Bro, go to the park.
Yeah, hey, can I see your dog for a second?
I'm not going to. Me as a black guy going up to random white people with dogs to be like, hey, can I please?
Are you saying that only white people own dogs?
I'm saying I only live near white people. Read into it, Puzz. I'm not.
That sounds like a you choice.
That sounds like a fucking economic choice of why aren't more black people living in good neighborhoods. Anyway, that's besides the point.
So you're saying that you're blessed to live in a good neighborhood?
I say I make enough money to do so.
Yes.
And why are there only white people here? You want to ask yourself that question,
Because
society? Joe Biden?
Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Joe Biden. I'm going to break the strike because blah, blah, blah.
How easily Biden replaced Obama as the thanks.
Yeah, thanks, Biden.
Thanks, Biden. Thanks, Brandon.
Thanks, Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon.
Make it damn. I was going to give
Dark
you a
Brandon
picture of
is
my
just
dog.
doing like getting shit done.
Yo, that's true. Mecca.
Take a picture with your dog, and I'll Photoshop. Yeah.
There we go.
There we go. Perfect.
There we go. Different complexions, but I can work it out.
You know what might actually hit? Use a fucking, because you do your art and stuff, Yanni. Just do a self-portrait in your art style.
Yeah, done.
Yeah.
That'll hit.
Because you're going to show the creative girls and the girls who think, hey, I also have talent, yes?
Yeah.
Also, good drawing implies good dexterity, and good dexterity implies...
Damn.
Damn.
You can unhook a bra without an instruction manual.
Chocolate swirl maneuver.
Yeah, the chocolate swirl. The technique, the sexual technique will never tell you what it is, though. You have to subscribe to our OnlyFans.
Unless you subscribe to our Hustler universe.
You'll have to subscribe to our Double Panic University, and we'll tell you.
And then we'll tell you what exactly the chocolate swirl is.
Don't forget Jake's course, Squirts and Gerts.
Yeah, Squirts
and Gerts. I don't even want to know what Squirts and Gerts is. The Gerts part sounds sounds the worst. Sounds like you're hurting her.
Sometimes.
See, after she squirts, there's the Gert, and you want to look out for the Gert.
The Gert's not good. You gotta dodge it. You gotta whoop.
This
Free
podcast
trial.
is off. It's off the. It's off the hinge.
So there's like a horror movie I watched the other day.
I love how Jake has not yet answered tits or ass.
Tits. So there's a horror movie. There's a horror movie I watched the other day called Skinamarink. Skinamarink, dinky dink. Yeah. It's really horrifying. It's long, but it's like, you know, when you were left alone as a kid.
It's horrifying and long, Puds. That's
what.
No, it's long.
So it's remember when you were a kid, like young age, left alone at home. God, okay. When you were, you're an asshole. So like when most people who were kids left alone at home in the dark hear things because your mind plays tricks on you. And when you're a young child, you know your imagination wanders. This is an epitome of that movie. It's very uncomfortable. I watched the whole thing. It's right now. It's playing at like indie theaters and stuff. I watched it through unscrupulous means, but when it comes out, I'm gonna buy it because it's really, really good. basically, it involves two kids, Kevin and Kaylee. Their dad leaves, and then weird shit starts happening. It's in first person, and you get like shots of like the house. So like when you're looking down a hallway in your apartment, your home, and it's like dark, but you can just make out some details. And there's kind of like that analog horror film grain that you see at night when you're like you can't focus with your eyes. That's the whole movie, and it does like little shots of that, and like there's noise echoing in the house, and then there's a lot of whispering, and there's subtitles. But then there's like at one point there's this thing that just starts talking to them and trying to lure the kids in different rooms. So like the first interaction of this is where we know the dad's gone. Kaylee goes upstairs into the bedroom and sees the dad sitting in the dark on the bed, kind of like facing away. So he's kind of like this. You just don't see his face. And like she walks up to him. She goes, "Dad, what's going on?" And it's like first person for her, of course. And he goes, "Look under the bed." And it's a super dark ass room. And so it's like under the bed. I didn't see anything. Same, look under the bed. Looks under the bed, looks up, and it's like it's her mother sitting there now. We don't know if their mother's home or not because it was just their dad. And the mother just goes, "There's someone in the house. You need to go to bed." And it's like yeah, it's horrifying. So it's just this weird. There are jump scares, but they're not like traditional stinger jump scares where it's like blah or whatever. There's a point where
Marty's scared.
That's Marty. He's scared. I'm sorry, buddy. Come over here. So there's a point where Kaylee leaves the room and is walking down a dark hallway. And if you've ever walked down like your hallway in the dark at night, Marty, for fuck's sakes, whenever you walk down, whenever I want you to meow on stream, you never do. Now you are. You're a little shit. When you're walking down the hallway and it's really dark and you can't see anything, she kind of like gets to a point where she stops and she hears breathing, and all you hear in this weird voice is just her name from this. And it's the subtitle. It's a strange voice. It's just Kaylee, and it's like this weird voice, and I'm like, all right. And then there's parts where like she vanishes, we don't see her anymore, and then we see Kevin, the 4-year-old kid. The voice starts talking to him, trying to lure him in the basement, and it's like him walking around with a flashlight. There's a point where the voice goes, "Kevin, stab yourself in the eye," and he does. Like it's a trip. Skinamarink is fucking crazy. It's like this avant-garde horror movie. It's not for everybody. It's a very, very long movie, but the payoffs are exceptionally well for a lot of the scares in it, I find.
Okay. Well, you described the entire movie, so I don't have to see it anymore. Yes.
It's yes, but I'm gonna buy it when it comes out. I would highly recommend anybody who's into horror movies or analog horror to definitely check out Skinamarink. I'm gonna buy a copy. I'm probably never gonna watch it again because it genuinely terrified me. I've watched a lot of horror movies. This was something where like after I watched it, I would be like, flashlight on my phone, walking down the hallway, gotta be able to see everything.
You told me I'm not allowed to watch it.
Huh? What's that?
You told me I'm not allowed to watch it.
You're not allowed to watch it. You'll have night terrors.
Yeah.
Wake up screaming at night. Like, no thank you.
Yeah, I wouldn't like.
We have a chinchilla that makes noise that helps Pud sleep.
Hi, Marty.
And
what?
Like Marty that makes noise. Yeah, a chinchilla, like a little chinchilla thing.
A real chinchilla?
Can I go get him? Can I go get him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go grab him. I'll be right back.
What? You just had a chinchilla. We knew each other for over a year, and I just okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
We used to have 4.
4? What is? I don't know what a chinchilla is. So let me. I'm thinking
chinchilla
it's huge.
is coming from the Andes Mountains in South America. It is essentially a very fuzzy squirrel bunny mix that people have traditionally, unfortunately, and why they came to North America in the first place, bred them for different coats and things like that. One coat will take about 300 of chinchillas. Chinchillas are a nocturnal little rodent who has a very herbivorous diet, but also the little rodent incisor teeth that are constantly growing. And they feature 2 small paws in which they hold their food in, and 2 large kangaroo-style paws with a squirrel-like tail. The chinchilla does have a typical domestic lifespan of about 10 to 15 years. However, Dusty here is fucking 18 and will not die.
Old. He doesn't want to die.
Wait, so are they like hard to take care of? Like, are they like?
No, they're extremely easy. They're kind of like a furniture pet, kind of like a hamster. Like,
are they cheap?
They're not like a cat.
He's pooping, so I'm gonna go put him back.
Okay. To start up, no. Like Dusty's cage is over 6 feet tall. They're a very hop-based critter. But per month, it only costs about $20 in food and stuff, and they cannot get wet. They have special little
are they
volcanic ash baths, which looks like because their hair. Okay, in your on your head, each hair follicle or hole in your head will produce one strand of hair. With the chinchilla, the reason why their fur quality is so great is because one follicle on their body will produce 80 hair. So basically the little mini pom-pom. So if they were to get wet, they in fact would not dry properly. So they actually develop a like skin rot because it can't get dry. So it just gets moldy and starts to decay. So instead they roll around in volcanic ash, which kind of looks like they're just rolling around in cocaine, and it's really fun.
Yeah, they're great. You sprinkle.
Do you have to buy volcanic ash?
Yeah, you get it at the pet store. It's under $10.
So you can buy.
So
how much is a
girls who
chinchilla?
pay like $50 for like a volcanic ash like facial are
like
hilarious.
A chinchilla can be like, how much is it to buy?
Well, so chinchillas are priced based on just like any other animal, their pedigree, but also unfortunately their color. So Dusty is a standard gray, standard ass color, but they get to be, and I used to have one that was like a white blue. They have black ones. They have ones that are like specially blotted with their ears and their paws, different colors and stuff like that. A chinchilla can range anywhere from about $75 to $500.
Ooh, how much are the black ones?
Like
please don't tell me they're the least expensive ones.
The full ebonies are about $250.
Oh, okay, good. They're the higher end. They're the higher ends. Okay.
Yeah. We got like mutts. We got the gray kind of modeled one. He's adorable. He's a little
so if I pose in a picture with a chinchilla.
No.
How many
because
bitches?
It's a rodent and gives off rat vibes if people don't know what it is.
It looked like a bunny though.
It kind of is. It's like a little kangaroo.
It's a squirrel.
Yeah.
It's a squirrel. Okay.
It's a squirrel, but they typically live in caves and burrows up in the Andes Mountains.
They're so you gotta be very careful with them too, because they're like when I went to pick him up, like I got these big hands, so I'm like, "Okay, come here, buddy," and he's like, "No," and I'm like, "I'm just okay."
They're very fast and they chew up your furniture.
So I'm like,
as well.
"Okay," and I kind of pinch at his scruff and pick him up, and then I'm like, "Okay, I got you. You're safe." And he's like, because he's got little hands, right? But like, bring him over camera and then back because he starts to poop. Like he immediately just
they poop up to 300 times per day, and they
what
don't
kind
know
of poop
it. They're
do
dry
they have?
poopers.
Pellets,
little long pellets.
Yeah.
And because their digestive system is solely based on intake, if they stop eating, they basically will get constipation and die. But because of their digestive system and the fact that it moves so much, they actually eat their own poop.
Eat their own poop.
And it's fun.
Right
but Dusty actually has a trick that he knows. He knows how to say please.
Yeah, he goes like this. He goes when you go to hold out, like we got little Fruit Loop things that are like little.
They're just treats. They just look like Fruit Loops.
Yeah, they look like Fruit Loops.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very easy to take care of. My dad hates rats, so he came up for one Christmas, and we had 3 at the time. Stitch was the one that was still up there with him, and
Stitch looks a little bit more ratty. There's kind of 2 variations of them. One is a little bit more round and chonky, and the other one's a little bit more narrow and rat-like.
Dusty's very quiet. He doesn't really cack or like make noises. Stitch would like squeal and screech. So my dad's like, "What are those?" And Putz goes, "Oh, those are chinchillas. Do you want to hold one?" And she grabs Stitch, and Stitch is like, "Eh," and my dad's just like, "Nope, I'm good." He fucking walks out the front door.
Yeah, making that noise, I wouldn't fucking want to hold you either.
It was so fun. Well, they don't do anything. They have really sharp teeth, and they nibble, but it doesn't hurt really. You just gotta be careful.
They can draw blood if they actually want to fucking get you.
It was my dad's like, "What are those?" And he's kind of curious.
No, I was just like holding it, but doing it in such a way that like he was having to swirl his squirrel tail to like keep his balance, so he looked like it was a lot of
noises.
Yeah.
Fuck, it was fun. You scared the shit out of my dad. He immediately opened our front door and just started walking to the truck. Like, oh, he just left.
Okay. I mean, I kind of want like, I guess I'll find a pug.
A pug.
A pug. Do you think a pug is like a good like dog that I could like the good picture dog?
Pugs are okay. They do say that you probably are like friends with somebody in like their 40s casually.
Yeah. Pugs also are
I'm just reading what I would think.
Pugs are receptive as well to Nazi imagery because you can teach them how to heil.
No, that's what I'm talking. That's a Kanye dog if I've ever seen one. I would name him Kanye and then teach him all the moves.
You don't need to actually own the dog. That we can be like, haha, yeah, it's my friends. Took it for a walk the other week.
Yeah,
because that way you're also saying, I have friends. I am safe.
Mm.
They trusted me with their dog.
That's right.
I have no friends with no dogs.
Maybe.
I don't have any friends at all. I don't even know why I'm talking to you guys.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I don't have no friends with dogs. Because we all live in apartments they're like, yeah, no, don't. The dogs are the worst. You can't have them here because they bark loud.
Yeah. And then if you got like a little yippy dog that's like,
All right, so
Like, all
Puds
day.
mentioned that like a different type of dog indicates different thing about a person. So you said Pug is 40. I have friends with 40-year-olds, or what would you say?
If you get a dog that is a smaller dog, like a corgi, which are very expensive, that is the dog that girls
Your
want.
safe bets are like labs.
Like a Labrador, yeah.
Lab, yeah, okay. A golden retriever would be
labs,
peak,
or
probably.
especially Saint Bernards.
Golden
Saint Bernards are
peak.
cuties.
Yeah, Saint Bernards are cuties. Golden retrievers are peak.
What about Dalmatian?
Yep.
Okay.
You can get that one dog with the really long nose that drinks from the water, and then someone did the sock thing to it and made success.
What about a big ass Scooby Doo ass dog? I'm talking Great Dane. Okay, so it seems like the bigger they are, unless it's a pit bull. Why not?
No German Shepherds.
Okay.
Because they're aggressive.
What about Beethoven dog?
Yeah.
That's a Saint Bernard. Absolutely.
Yeah, Mastiff. Get like a Tibetan Mastiff, the ones that are bred with bears.
Okay. Bred with bears?
Yeah. Hold on. There's a dog that's bred specifically with bear genetics. Tibet.
They doing too much, and they wonder why some of these dogs can't fucking breathe, bro.
I want a corgi.
You want a corgi? I don't like the way they look, though.
I love how they look, especially their little fuzzy
They look like
butts.
they should be normal size, but they have small legs, and it's.
I love it, and you know what? It's a kid's show, but it is actually pretty good. Dogs in Space.
Dogs in Space.
And Captain Garbage is my favorite.
Captain Garbage. This is
yep.
I just put a picture of a Tibetan Mastiff in the chat there.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to. It's not letting me. There we go.
It doesn't want. It can't handle the cuteness. Yeah, that looks like one of the fucking Ghost of Tsushima dogs.
Yeah,
you know those things that
the...
look like fucking bears or whatever? I didn't know it was dogs.
Mastiffs. Yeah, they're dogs.
Oh, God, but yeah.
They're good boys.
There's Captain Garbage.
Why is his name Captain Garbage? Is he
named after?
Because his name is Garbage, and he's a captain.
Yeah.
Captain Garbage.
It just looks like a dog, though. Like, I would expect him to have, like, a garbage-like aesthetic or whatever.
No, it's his life choices.
He doesn't make good decisions. So, yeah, there's that.
Corgis are cute. I'll always be a husky guy. Yeah, if I want to get a dog, I want to get a fucking husky.
I wanted something that would just scream at me all day for no fucking reason that I couldn't intelligently talk to. I would just have a baby.
Huskies are fucking... They just yell. It's horrible.
See, I'm not afraid to tell a dog, shut up. Shut up.
Yeah, huskies don't do that, though. They
Like,
don't shut up. You gotta walk them every day.
Also the shedding.
I feel like if I get a dog, maybe I'll be more active. I think I need the excuse of a dog to be more active is the issue.
That's what we're going to do when we get a house. We're probably going to get a dog. That way I can just go for a walk. I'd fucking walk a corgi. That'd be sick.
I really want a bulldog, but I know that they're really not healthy, so I don't want to support that type of breed.
You want a bulldog because I look like a fucking bulldog, and you want
I have a type.
Well, get the bulldog if you have to adopt one because it already exists in this world.
No, because they get hip dysplasia and shit. And I fucking get attached to my critters. I cry really fucking hard.
Yeah, fuck.
I don't get it.
It was a not fun week.
I don't get attached to anything. I know that nothing is permanent in this world.
Yeah, definitely get a dog. You need to know what heartbreak is.
Yeah, get a dog.
You know what heartbreak is? Yeah, not the multiple people in my life that already passed away, but a dog will finally hit that heartstring.
No. I mean, well, if you got Jesus, you can believe maybe that you're gonna see them again. So
yeah.
But all dogs do not go to heaven, though. So
they do.
We went up to.
They do.
We went up to one of our pastors who will remain nameless. Yeah, Ian. Fuck yeah. And like Puds goes, hey, so real quick question. Will my cat who passed away go to heaven? If you say no, I'm quitting church. And he was like, and he's like, I gotta go over here. He fucking walked away. And then another pastor was like, yes, they do go to heaven. Absolutely. Like,
he's like, you have to treat her like the kids, pastor. You forget this one's a special case. You gotta treat her like this.
So funny. It was
also,
so
you have to tell her that Santa Claus is real as well as the Tooth Fairy. Just go with it. She's not like the. She's not like the others. She's not like the others. Gotta be a little bit softer.
It was so funny. She's just so real.
Yep.
And then the other pastor ran up and was like, "Yep, absolutely." Like just like immediately gotta save that person. So.
Yeah. What do you think she's going to quit Christianity if she realized that dogs don't go to heaven? Just like
some Christians are like so scared that like you will fall away from the flock. They're like, "I'll tell you whatever you want."
You're telling me that the little personality that is my best buddy in the world
doesn't have a soul? Come on.
Just gets lights out?
Yeah, no, they have something else. They guard the Rainbow Bridge. They go up and guard the Rainbow Bridge. They wait for us.
Yeah, but
they have a choice. They could fight down in the things and fight all the monsters, and they can wait on the Rainbow Bridge with us. That's what that is.
I'm sorry. Do we live in Asgard? Where's the Rainbow Bridge you talking about?
Okay, so like in Viking theology, when they believe in like when pets die, dogs, cats, whatever, the cat or dog is offered a choice by Odin when they pass.
Okay.
So Odin says to the animal, Odin goes, "You have two choices. You can wait for your master here on the Rainbow Bridge. So when they get here, you will see them right away, or you can help us defend it by fighting off all of the horrible wildebeests underneath the bridge." So pets will the pet will still be able to see the master, and like when you're in Valhalla, there is no death, right? Like you will come back, right? You can have conflict forever, right? But you will come back and not die. So some pets have the option of, oh, well, I'll defend to make sure my master is safe when they get here. So that's whenever if someone's pets die, I go, you know, your pet is gone to go guard the Rainbow Bridge. So when you go up to heaven, you get to see them again. That's what I tell. That's what I tell people. It's the most inoffensive way to say it.
All right, just say they go to fucking heaven. Who gives a shit, bro? You don't know.
Well, it's exactly.
But what if their heaven doesn't involve you?
Yeah, their heaven's just like fire hydrants.
Yeah.
Like, oh wow, this is really good. I like getting fed all the time. I can eat and eat and eat and throw up and eat some more.
Heaven's like a simulation. God will just simulate that dog that you had back in. It's just like you won't be none the wiser. You won't be none the wiser.
Honestly, there's a lot of stuff that if you look into like the theology of it from some of the biblical texts, and I'm no theologian, I'm kind of an idiot when it comes to this, but so you know, don't take my word for it. But like there is a lot of stuff to say like you have complete control in the afterlife and eternity. You can do anything you want. You can be the best version of yourself. Like there's a lot of stuff that's weird because like when they explain it, they're like, oh, this grand cosmic cube the size of America covered in gold and jewels will come down and land on America, North America, and then we all get sucked because that's the holy city, and we all get sucked up into it. And we have no needs or wants or desires.
See, that part scares me because it feels like we become one type shit, and it's just I don't want that.
It's when it was really funny because when I was doing a couple of groups and like attempting to learn more about the Bible. No, here's a tip: no one really knows anything. We just kind of read it and go, well, what does that mean?
We just get reincarnated into get isekai.
We isekai. So we focused on Revelations for a bit, and they're like, well, what happens? And then one of the pastors basically described the end plot to Neon Genesis Evangelion, and I started laughing so hard. And they're like, why are you laughing? I'm like, it will take me forever to explain it, and I'll be kicked out. So I'm just going to laugh. Like, when Shinji asks for everyone to be merged, that's basically what he described to me, and I'm like, no, that's not happening. Like, come on, man. Get in the mech, Shinji.
Get in the fucking mech, Shinji. But yeah, it's just like that part where it's just like, oh, we become one essence and one. It's just like, and I don't like you guys now. What makes you think I want to like you guys for eternity?
The removal of all of their sin, which arguably is what makes them shitty.
Yeah. But it just seems like you lose your individual. What makes you you? Literally, what God did for you in the beginning. Like, hey, you're going to be you.
No, because there are 9 different posts of angels.
Yeah, that's true. We can get posted as one of those cherubim, and then when you go, oh,
like cherubs. If you're not a warrior, that's cool beans. You can be a pussy angel.
You can be a pussy angel. Just go hang out.
Okay. I want to be like a cool angel that Devil May Cry, do Devil May Cry type shit. No, I want to be a fucking. I would be like, can I be one of them higher ranked niggas? I want to be like Lucifer.
Do you know what a cherubim?
No, I mean like Michael, like the other one. God has his hand on the hell button.
I'm going to encourage you to read the book.
So the reason I said cherubim
because I think you might need it.
Cherubim are the 3-headed ones that look like fucking chimera, like the goat, lion, whatever things. Yeah, like remember you played Bayonetta for the first time, and they're like,
but like the archangels look like fucking abstract paintings with like 7 heads and like incomparable body structure. That's what I want,
dude. Ezekiel has the best descriptions of angels because he describes them as eldritch horrors, and it's beautiful. And then people are like, "There's a reason why the angels show up and say, 'Be not afraid.'"
It's like, damn, you just gonna show me your full body like that? You confident, Gabriel, up here looking like a fucking Salvador Dali painting.
No, archangels look normal.
Yeah, archangels look normal.
That's why I want to be a fucking archangel, bro. And they're fucking they're the strongest. They're the high tier. What if there was like
Angels have no free will.
Yeah, angels don't have free will. God tells you what to do and you do it.
Well, I want to be like them, but with the free will. How do you do
Lucifer.
that? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I want to be like
no.
Can't you be like Lucifer and fuck with God?
No.
Like I don't understand.
No,
but that's literally us though.
It's because if you look at
that is the blessing that we have, and we are
but can I be us and have the archangel powers like God?
No,
like,
you get one life, live it.
Like Misha Collins from Supernatural.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I want to be Castiel.
So I want to have free will and have super angel powers.
The only reason Lucifer has free will, and again, I'm not a theologian, read your Bible, but like he goes against because he wants to take away the control. He goes, "No, I want to rule this place. Fuck you." And God goes,
he
"All
thinks
right,
he could do it better."
Into the pit. He goes, "Michael, kick his ass," and Michael shows up and throws him in the pit of fire. And then Lucifer is now corrupted because he has free will, but he also is forced to love God because he was made to do that. So that's why he's pissed at him all the time. And God's like, "You're an idiot." He turned into, and there's like Satan, Beelzebub, and all these different things that mean the same thing, but they're all different. It's weird.
But he's also a metaphor for us and how people will always turn away from God, and it doesn't matter because guess what? He gonna be there.
Well, I mean, like free will is dope though. That's why he shouldn't have like created something so dope. Yeah, it is.
You know what's
is it though? Funny? We kind of fucked it up right out the gate.
So there's a story.
If no bad things could happen, like free will would be dope. Like
the only reason why, biblically speaking, why sin exists is because the serpent, aka Satan, placed a doubt within the first humans of, did God really say that? That's all it was.
That apple tastes good, I bet.
Are you sure he said it?
And he goes, "Nah, you should eat it."
So maybe it was a placebo effect. Maybe we were able to sin all along. It's just that like God gave us a test to be like, are they going to do it? They're going to do it.
No, we were left to do our own thing.
They ate from the tree of knowledge, so they know everything.
And then they got shameful. And when they became shameful, they retreated from God's presence.
I don't know. Something about that just doesn't seem like right. Where it's just like you're trying to keep people ignorant. And you're saying that you being ignorant is the right solution.
You're super right. You're super right. But at the same time, he gave them a paradise on earth. He goes, all I ask is don't look behind.
Here's one single rule or covenant.
But that kind of like explains.
Can you make it?
But that kind of explains all the wrong reasons of why Christian conservatives are the way they are today. Is the lack of like understanding of like your outside surroundings and just wanting to live in your own little personal like. Your holy bubble or whatever.
Yeah.
And like
100%.
Like I don't like that part of it because it feels like God is like very much it's gatekeeping.
We are called to be in community, and you can't be in community while excluding others or purposely isolating yourself.
Yeah.
And literally being just like a Pharisee, which were the Jewish law enforcers that literally were responsible for Jesus's death.
I think the best story that I love the best ever that I always equate to memes is like, so Jesus had to take in this cup in the Garden of Gethsemane or whatever. Gethsemane? How do you pronounce it? Gethsemane. And it's the cup of all sin. So God goes, hey, before you get crucified, because Jesus knows this at this point, he goes, you got to drink this cup real quick. And Jesus looks into the cup, and it's some of the nastiest, filthiest sin of all time you ever seen. Jesus saw some dude blasting rope to Waluigi Ente, and he still drank the cup. Like, you know what I mean? He
saw me say, "I want to be Lucifer." He's like, yeah. This one's a special case.
But what's funny is because like Jesus is God in man form, he has humanity still, and he kind of looks at it and goes, I kind of don't want to do this, and God's like, but you got to, and he's like, oh, so he just kind of goes, it's too much though, and he goes, but you fucking got to, and then he looks in, it's just Yanni going, I want to be Lucifer, and he's like,
I just realized that
he sees all sin, and he drinks it, and it's like he has to take time to recover from it, and it's like, fuck.
I just realized, like, listen to all this shit. Like, the Bible is a fucking dope story. It's so dope, in fact, where I wish the next God of War game takes place in the Bible, and it's just like we're going to Jerusalem.
It's like the POV from Poseidon when like Kratos kills him in God of War 3, but like he beats up Jesus, and then Jesus just resurrects, but then forgives Kratos, and Kratos is just frowning.
Yeah,
it's like Jesus is like, it's okay, I forgive you. Like,
no, Jesus and Kratos have to join forces because Jesus can't fight anybody, but Kratos can't.
Jesus
Kratos can't
fight people.
Kratos can but Kratos can fight. He can rip motherfuckers apart. It's just like we have to tag team with Jesus.
Okay, so it's Revelations, and Kratos shows up, and then Jesus is like, I'm gonna fucking pick him for my first pick of like the basketball game of Revelations, and Kratos is just like chaos dunking demons and shit. What, you got a passage you want to read?
No, we kind of moved on from what we were talking about. I just yeah.
We started talking about Kratos, just chaos.
Yeah, God.
Yeah.
I want a super cool.
As I was literally flipping through Matthew, being like, "Where the fuck is the Last Supper?" so I could read it. But
God of War Revelations.
God of War Revelations.
God of War Second
what
Matthew.
Assassin's Creed already did.
It's God of War Second Matthew.
It's just like, and then it ends with Jesus' death. It ends with the Easter scene.
No, it doesn't end with Jesus' death. That's the whole fucking point.
Yeah, you resurrect.
No, the game ends with it. The game has to end.
No, it ends
and
with
then the cliffhanger.
And then he goes. No,
that's the cutscene at the end.
It ends with Kratos opening up the tomb, and he goes, "Boy, he's gone," and the game just ends because he resurrects.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
Rachel's like, wow, wouldn't that be cool if you had that power?
Yeah, and then like there's going to be one sacrilegious moment where Kratos is there at the Last Supper. Kratos
no,
they're in the background somewhere. Oh my god!
You could make an argument.
Yeah.
That Kratos is
if he had power over thunder. Because two of Jesus' disciples were known as the Thunder Brothers.
The Thunder Brothers.
That would be funny.
The Thunder Brothers.
Correct, because everywhere they went, they were thunderous with how they got their message across and shit. And that was him being like, hey, maybe shut the fuck up.
Mecha posting the thing with the whole Thor versus Gore the God Eater.
Yeah.
It's like, it's over, Gore. You can't kill all the gods. I know, but he can. Kratos just shows up behind Thor.
The Pillarman theme song.
The Pillarman theme song.
No.
And then Jesus shows up just like, oh.
Yo, that's a part that's fucked up in the JoJo series. We're at the part, because the part 5 released the final little bit of it. It just came out.
Yeah, there's new shit on that.
There's new shit on that, so we gotta watch that and finish it up.
Part 6.
Puds goes, part 6. So Puds goes, where does this story go? And I'm like, what if I told you that there's a piece of Christ that they're racing for to get phenomenal cosmic power? And she goes, I don't want to watch JoJo anymore. And I'm like, that's the one you want, because that's the best one. What are you talking? That's the best one. The race one with Johnny Joestar. Yeah.
He can't use his legs.
Because you know when, like, I guess the easiest thing to kind of compare it to is when there's like a live action version of like an anime that you absolutely like adore and know inside and out, or at least know really, really well. Mm-hmm. And we're like, they missed the nuances here, and here, or that wouldn't work because actually it's this. Same deal. If you're going to incorporate any form of real world application, at least know your lore to make it be like, that was clever.
So,
and not just, we're just going to make a theme.
So what it is the arrow in part 4?
Yeah.
Okay, so the arrow is actually the spearhead that one of the soldiers used on Jesus in the cross, and they stabbed him with, and it was repurposed into the arrow. Hence why people were given stand powers or they died, because it was Christ's blood.
Still on it after thousands of years.
Yeah.
Dang, that Jesus blood hit different.
No, that doesn't make sense. If anything, it should be one of the gifts or miracles of which he did, which was healing and not death.
Which Josuke got with Diamond is Unbreakable. He could heal anybody except for himself.
But she is not. No, they participate in witchcraft.
No,
technically, God can do anything.
Manifestation. The stand powers are the manifestation of the inner self.
Yeah.
I would accept it if they were
right now.
I would accept it if they were descendants of Nephilim.
Okay, so they are technically. If we go into part 6, they are, and it talks about how there's the shroud wrapping the piece of Christ.
The Shroud of Turin.
Yeah.
There's
a lot of it. There's some fire Christianity mythos in this shit.
Yeah, where they give you superpowers.
Yeah.
Podcast tomorrow, Sunday school with Yanni.
Podcast tomorrow, Sunday school with JoJo.
I just want superpowers. That's all I want. God, give me superpowers.
We'll be going through my favorite book, the Book of Daniel.
Literally. What if God gave you like a really?
What's that
useless
one
superpower?
story where God just trolled a dude for like a while? And
The only superpower God gives you
God trolled
that
a dude?
are stupid.
yeah,
are the
him and Sane were trolling this dude for a while,
So
saying
that's Job. No, it's not Job. It's the other guy. Who's the guy that like he kept worshiping, but he like they had a bet who would love him more and who would praise him. What was that story?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it might be Lot.
Lot
or Job,
Lot,
I think.
Lot was weird. That's where the whole your lot in life thing comes in from. But like, so there's like one guy, Job, who God asked. He's the one that ended up in the whale. That's Jonah. No, it's Job. It is Job. So Job is this guy. He's this random farmer, and God and Satan have this thing where it's like, hey, I bet that Satan goes, he'll stop praising you, and God's like, he won't. Satan goes,
his name is spelled Job.
Yeah, J-O-B. Job. George Arthur Bluth. So anyway,
He was literally a jobber? Okay, all right, let's...
So anyway, so his family, he has a family, a lovely farm and all this stuff. So Satan's like, I bet you he won't praise you if he has hardship in his life. And then God's like, okay, fine. And so then God removes his farm, puts a plague on his house, his family leaves him, he bakes him sick with sores, all this stuff. And every day Job's still just like, well, I don't know why you're doing this, but I still love you. And so God's like, see, he still praises me.
But I mean, like, if you know that God exists, see, they had it lucky back in the day because they knew God exists. Because he motherfucker would be like talking to people and shit through burning bushes and shit. But like now we just have to like go on blind faith or whatever. Like, of course I would still believe God because the other option is go to hell forever. Like, no,
we believe he exists because of stuff that happens in our life. Like we had. Can I talk about the car?
Hold on.
Okay.
Maybe God does not move as he did in the Old Testament ways, or how maybe even he is moving in other areas of the world because his people are being disobedient.
You tell me we're being more disobedient now than back then?
In order to hear God's voice for your life and what he wants you to do, you need to know what his voice sounds like.
True.
Yeah, and it sounds like, never mind, that's really sacrilegious.
Your own ego?
Yeah, don't say that.
Corruption? Greed?
Like, we had a point where, can I talk about the car?
Hi.
Okay, so we had a point where we had a Buick that was shit, and it died on us one day, and like we were like helping out the church and volunteering and stuff. And like, you can call it a coincidence, but it's a pretty fucking big one.
We were months away from getting married.
We were months away from getting married. We had no money. We like, it was either like money for our marriage or push back the thing and buy a new car. So like, I'm sitting there and I was just like, God, can you please give me a new car? And then Puds' phone rings and it's one of the people at church and they go, hey, these people just got a van they don't need anymore.
You'd like to give it to somebody for free.
They want to give it to someone. And I was like, oh shit. So like, we got a van like out of that. Now that's a pretty big fucking coincidence. But at the same time, these people had no idea who we were, nothing at all. They literally just we literally were like they just called us because they knew. They're like, hey, do you want a van? Because these people are looking to give it away. And I was like that's a huge coincidence. But like the fact that it happened seconds after I was like, God, please give us a car. Like that's fucking unreal. I was like, shit. So like I was like, all right, time to go do more volunteer work, I guess. Because I was like, I can't just say thanks for the gift, fucking doses. You know what I mean? So
God, give me a car.
Yo, what if you walked outside and then someone's like, hey, this is for you, and then you're checking your phone, you're looking around.
Yeah.
This is also us. The reason we believe
it's because you're white. I get it. Like I'm just not used to good things.
No.
If I get to heaven and they be like, well, there's a lot of white people here. What's going on here? And then guys just like ejecto, cedo, cuz, and then I go to
our engagement. We chose to not do any premarital relations.
We chose not to have marital relations to try and live
stipulations too.
No, we chose
obedience.
We specifically were like, let's be obedient for a year and like be married, have a chaperone, which was her dad living with us, and we're like, we're not going to have sex and have marital relations for a year, which we did, and God was like, here's a car. So I mean,
yeah, it doesn't also work like that because that's borderline prosperity gospel.
Yeah, it is borderline prosperity gospel.
Get away from that heresy.
Yeah, we're gonna stay but it was just something where like it's a pretty big fucking coincidence, but like we were trying to do everything we could to be like, I guess, quote unquote, good Christians, and it just worked out for us, which was nice. So like, you can't just pray to him and be like, give me like the best YouTube channel in the world and give me millions of dollars, because he'll be like, no, or you just won't get it. But it's something where like, when you make active choices to try and do good things, it's like when you work out. Think of it like you're doing sit-ups or you're going for a walk. you're going to get stronger eventually and drop weight, right? It's like you're practicing something, and then something will eventually good happen from it. Not always, but like when you work on something, something good will happen.
Okay.
So that's just kind of a thing. I mean, we went like way off with like God and Jesus and stuff. It's not
Yeah.
Sunday.
I'm gonna let you spit. It's the Christmas episode. Jesus
Christmas
or not?
episode,
It's not though. Just in case we do one next week, it's not.
If we do it next week, it's not. But like no, but like it's something where like if someone's like that, I like this month because like people are like just generally happier. I find when you talk to people outside.
So I look at
Yeah,
my credit
sure.
card bill.
But yeah, I like how Yanni's like, nope, no, they're not. They hate you. They're so mad.
Oh, the weather outside is weather, and it sucks because it sucks.
It's
Weather.
Yep.
Yeah. But
I hate
think
it.
we had a pretty good conversation. Like I don't
Yeah.
think there's anything else on Twitter I could find. Any kind of buds you got any last like closing things before we end today?
Jesus loves you.
Jesus loves you. Subscribe.
This is not a Christian only podcast. Don't conservatives stay away. Anyway, see you guys.
Stay away, get out of here. Not that. No, hold on. Get the Kanye image.
Yeah, remember what I said I want to be like Lucifer? Multiply that by 20 if you want to see the rest of our content. Anyway.
I am the good one. No, I'm just kidding.
Somebody pray for him.
No, we just like to swear and get rowdy sometimes. This is just kind of a little bit more of a let's just chill and talk about stuff. But yeah, if we do this next week, I know Puds and I have an in-person D&D, but that's later at night, right?
I don't know time yet.
Okay, so we'll see. I'll keep you posted, but I know the next couple of weekends we're busy.
I don't guarantee podcasts, ladies and gentlemen. There might be one next week. There might not be. But go ahead and subscribe anyway. Be sure to go ahead and check out all the links.
Unless you know.
Yeah, hit the follow button too if you're over on Twitch, as well as be sure to go ahead and follow us on our on your preferred podcast platform. With that being said,
take a deep breath, deep breath, deep breath, deep breath. Let it go, let it out, let it go, let it out. Take a deep breath, deep breath, deep breath. Till you feel the frost and touch the sky.